It's a ghost, bro.
Dude. All right. That makes life easier. We could roll that in there. Yeah, man.
We thought we were using my truck as a roller.
We got it. Then you don't have to worry about you having to take it out of the truck when you got to use it.
This thing weighs like 500 pounds, and me and Rome just broke our backs.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
and this ain't the first generator we picked up today.
No?
Damn.
Is this? I don't know if this is oil. Oh, that's for the propane hookup.
Yeah. So
this is.
You got your oil.
A plug for what?
Probably got a trickle charger for this, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
You know,
I have a trickle charger.
It's pretty good. Oh, jeez. They're not bothering me for some reason, so I'll be all right, I guess.
I got some of that beef pheromone juice on me.
You were just out there doing wasp control. I can see why. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing going. We got to power up. You know, got the storm coming.
Big shout out to Roland for giving me a hand with this because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
You got to do it. I've been all over the places helping people out. I just love staying busy.
You're an angel.
Actually, my lady friend, her nickname is Angel.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. Big shout out to Angel.
There you go.
Oh, it's got bolts and nuts.
All right, so we got to get this done. Hurricane, what is it, Milton?
Oh,
we just went through Hurricane Helene.
Then there's supposedly a third hurricane on the way next week. So I mean,
yeah.
Talk about. Oh man, I feel bad for the people of Florida. And not just people in Florida, people in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, some parts of Tennessee.
Okay, well, I'm here. I was on another mission. And as you see, you might have saw that video. Helping my friend Omar get his generator going so he can have backup power in his house during Hurricane Milton. And it was a lot of work putting that together, carrying the generator, very heavy indeed. It must have been at least 500 pounds. But what I don't understand is why somebody takes it upon themselves to steal a generator. You know, you pay a lot of money for a generator and someone steals it from you. This is what was happening. I shared a video last week when I was on a hurricane mission in Florida, the relief mission, and I was feeding people that were displaced out of their homes, feeding homeless people within, 30 miles radius, 15 miles one way, 15 miles the other way, and I was in a centralized location. I had prepared eggs, oatmeal, and I had everything I needed. I had one of those generators, and I had a cooking hot pan. I even bought charcoal just in case I needed that. I was busy, doing something that I thought was a positive thing. And I never thought that I would have something negative happen because of that. But there are people who are very greedy out there. Now, when Hurricane Milton came through, I was preparing for that. I was helping my friend Omar prepare for that. I was helping people prepare for that. And I made a video about that. And that video did really well, and it reached out to so many people. And I was glad that I was able to spread awareness and possibly inspire people to help other people in need. So when I look back at that video, I'm like, wow, it did very good. And I feel like that having that video do well means that so many people had received that message. That when somebody goes through something so difficult, that there'll be people out there that are going to help them. But why would somebody steal something from somebody? And I have this on my Tesla cam. I have stuff caught on my Tesla cam. I don't know how somebody would just have enough nerve to steal a generator. A $2,000 generator. What are they going to do? How far are they going to get? Apparently, they got far enough to where no one knows anything. Nobody knows anything. You go out of your way to help somebody, and then they take from you. I don't know if it's anybody who I was helping, or if it was somebody who was eyeing up a location that was devastated, and they were just waiting for the perfect opportunity to take something. I have no idea. But it's heartbreaking. The whole situation of seeing what people have gone through is very heartbreaking in itself. And then having someone steal from me? I don't get it. When you have power outages, you need a generator. When you're helping people rebuild a community, and there's no power, you need power to power the tools that are needed to help people. I use that generator for many different things: power tools, lighting, cooking meals. It's not like you can just find a grill somewhere and use charcoal, but just in case, I had that contingency plan. I have a lot of doctor visits all week, and I am going to Florida either tomorrow or the day after, and I'm going to be helping my friend Omar. We're going to be working on something. We're going to be helping some people. So my friend Omar and I are going to be together helping people. And it would have been nice to have the generator so that I could have carried it with me to use any power tools that are necessary. I'm conflicted. I put all my heart into helping people. And I share it on YouTube, right? And I read comments. Now, some people are like, well, maybe people don't, I asked the question. It's like, what did you like about the video that I did when I was helping my friend Omar? Gosh, my friend Omar. I was asking, like, what did you really enjoy about that video? For me to understand why it did so well. I'm trying to figure out, why did that video do so well? Why did it get, I very seldom get 56,000 views on a video, and I'm thinking, what caused that video to do so well? And I wanted to replicate that because I want to be able to send a message to as many people as I can, to spread awareness, to help inspire people, to help others. Because, when you go through these things, you have people in your community who have suffered devastation from these catastrophic storms, these terrible, powerful storms, right? You don't know who's living alone in your neighborhood or in your community. You don't know who's alone and who may be going through this, and they may need your help because they have nobody else to help them. And that's why I try to share that message, to check on your neighbors, check on your friends, check on your family, check on people who may live alone, who may not have someone to help them. See if they're okay, because they may need your help. They may be in a circumstance, the situation where they cannot get any help. Maybe their phone's not working. Maybe they're the elderly. Maybe they're not able to do something. And if you don't check on them, how are you going to know they're okay? And what if something happens? And I'm trying to spread that message. And it's heartbreaking when YouTube is not helping me spread that message. I want to spread awareness. My recent video that I did, I don't know what happened, but it did not reach out to anybody. Maybe 3,000 people. That's like a slap in my face for all the time and all the effort that I put into that video. And that's what happened. And I was stressed about trying to get that message out to people. And I didn't have the available time to do any video editing because I was so busy on my mission, carrying around tools, traveling to Florida, helping people out. I was so tied up in that, and that's where my heart wanted me to be. And so I also felt this pressure of trying to get a video out every single week on here. Because if I don't, then I feel like I'm letting everybody down. I'm letting you down. I'm letting everyone down who subscribed to this channel. And I become a big disappointment. And then I look back at the video that did very well, and I'm thinking, well, what about that video made it perform so well? And then the video afterwards was a total flop. But yet it was based on the same situation, just a different week. And it all come down to the only difference was my friend Omar was in it. And I'm starting to think, so that video did well because of Omar, or did it do well because of the circumstances? And I'm thinking, what am I worth on this channel? If it comes to the point where no one's watching videos because of me, and they're only watching it because of my guests who appear in my videos, then why do I continue? Why haven't I just given up? Maybe I'm thinking too deeply into this, thinking that the reason why that video may have gotten a lot of views is because my friend Omar was in it. It could be some other thing. I have no idea. But I feel so conflicted because I feel like I'm not good enough. This is a channel about my life. This is a channel about me. So I feel like that I should be resonating with everybody. And it shouldn't take someone else who has another YouTube channel to draw everybody to my videos. It should be about my life and what I'm doing in my life and all that. That should be the thing. I can't operate a YouTube channel the way people want me to do that. Like, if that's what it's all about, if I'm not good enough, then why am I going to continue? Why am I going to keep trying? Because I'm only going to continue to cause myself more pain emotionally. I'm already dealing with a lot of emotional pain. I've been under a lot of stress, and now I have an appointment with my therapist because I have so much things going on in my head right now. And so maybe I'm not in a good place emotionally as I'm doing this live stream. So I may be speaking because of a lot of emotions that I'm feeling, because the things that I have witnessed and things that I have, just come across while on my mission. And so I'm not in a good state of mind right now. And this is when I need a good friend. This is when I need people who, are supportive. And so maybe I'm just getting emotional about everything. I know a lot of you do appreciate my content, and a lot of you do appreciate what I upload, and you're here for me. And I'm thankful for that, and I appreciate that, and it means a lot to me. I just feel something is missing, something's wrong, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like whatever caused that video before my previous video, the video about Hurricane Milton and me helping my friend Omar, something about that video got most of you engaged, got most of you wanting to see it. A lot of you went and saw that video. But then when I did a video with just me helping the community and being on my road trip in Florida to share what's happening in my life, because right now my life has been hurricane relief mission. That has been my life for the last, few weeks now. That has been what my life has been involved. That is me right now. So when I'm sharing that, it's kind of hard to escape from that. So when I'm uploading a YouTube video to share with you what has been happening in my life during that time, and this time is continuing, then it's going to be about my hurricane relief mission, because there's nothing else going on, because that's taken up all my time. I don't have time to do anything else. I had a time to go to a Halloween party, but that didn't last long. I went there as a Terminator. There's certain things that I'm able to do, but I'm trying to squeeze everything in. And I did go, visit my friend Omar, and I stayed with, over his house at his Safe Haven Ranch for a few hours the other night. And so I had time to be with my friends, but I had to plan these things ahead of time around my whole mission schedule, because I have 2 people helping me now. And so I don't want to, disrupt what's happening. And I need to keep the momentum going, But I have these doctor's appointments that I have to attend to this week. So I'm all over the place, and I can't be in all these places at the same time. And now I don't have a generator because it was stolen. And I feel some people have no regard for other people. I work hard for the things that I have, and then it gets taken away from me. Like, you just feel violated. You feel like somebody had just taken It's more than just a generator. It's a sentimental thing because of what that generator was used for, the purpose behind it, how it was helping my mission. I put a lot of money into my mission. You know, there's over $1,000 that was invested into this hurricane relief mission on top. And that's in addition to the amount of tools that I have used. And I've lost a $2,000 generator. So, you know, there's over $3,000, right? But look at it this way. Money is just money, right? It's materialistic, but it's also the root of all evil. And some people have nothing better to do but to just take from other people. I made a video months ago where I was scammed out of my retirement savings. Literally, somebody had wired money out. I mean, most of my retirement gone. And I'm not even going to discuss further on that. I was living on a lot of dividend income from stocks. But I'm not getting into that. I'm not even going to say whether or not any of that came back, because I feel like I don't need a pity party. I don't need any of that. Maybe I should have never said any of that. Maybe I shouldn't even share this, but it's the reality thing, and I feel like we need to spread awareness so people could be aware and cautious. And I know a lot of you are very cautious, and you don't trust people, and you might never be in these situations. But when you go to help somebody out, you don't expect somebody to steal from you. You don't expect to be robbed. You don't expect somebody to haul away a generator, take a generator from you when you have it on a job site, when you leave it to power up tools. Wow, and then you're working in an area. I'm in a community where I'm working on one house, and then we're taking things to the road. Some people are dumping stuff into trucks, getting stuff away from the houses, trying to clean up debris, installing electrical outlets. Drywall is being hauled away, new drywall coming in. There's so many things happening. Power is still out. Power can't be on in these houses because it would be an electrical hazard because of the damage from the floods. Salt water and electric don't mix good together. So you have to have an isolated circuit running from a generator to power any tools, any fans needed to circulate air out of a room when you're spraying down microban, when you're spraying down these chemicals that will kill any kind of fungus, any mold, any bacteria, anything. It kills it so it doesn't grow in the walls when you put the drywall back up. You air the place out. Fans don't run on nothing. They need electricity. And when you don't have electricity in homes because of the danger of having power to a home that's been flooded, you use a generator. So when you have a generator running and you're fanning out and you're airing out a house, and you don't want to just stay around babysitting it because of the fumes and everything. It's airing out all that mold and mildew, and it's like, nobody needs that. Even wearing a face mask, it's like, why? It's like, let it do its thing. You don't need to stand. I don't need to stand. My friends don't need to stand. Nobody needs to stand in there watching and babysitting the fans. So you leave it on, plugged into the generator, and you move on to the house next door because, the community's working together. And so you do that, and you walk next door, and then you start getting the knife out, the razor, cutting, pulling drywall out. And it's a process, right? So while I'm next door doing all that, which it's not like it happens in minutes, you're there for hours doing all that. You go back next door to check to see, how everything's airing out, and you find out the fan's not running, and there's no generator left. It's gone. It's like somebody stole the generator when I was next door. Only a house over. Gone, stolen. And I used that same generator to power up a hot pan when I was cooking for the homeless people, when I was cooking food for people who were displaced out of their homes. I used the portable generator. This is a battery generator. This thing was like $2,000. It was a Jackery portable generator. It was like, I carried that and I had it in my Tesla. It's not big like the one my friend Omar has that, is 500 pounds. This one is about maybe 60 pounds. 60 pounds, I think. I don't know. I mean, I can curl it easily. So it's not that heavy, but it powers a lot of things. Power tools, it powered that hot pan, and that thing is like 1,100 watts. It powered 1,100 watts easily. This thing can power like 2,000 watts. This thing is powerful, and it goes for a long time. It could run refrigerators, fans, lighting, tools. Turn around and it's gone. Like somebody just took it and walked away. What kind of people in this world do these things? And I hope that person is watching this live stream right now, and I hope they get a conscious and they realize what they're doing, how they're affecting people. I'm in the middle of a cleanup process trying to help people recover, and they steal a generator that's a tool needed to help people, and I want to let them know that they not only stole something from me, they stole something from a lot of people. They stole something from the community because this was used to help people. They stole from so many people. They stole from me. Hey, it's materialistic. I could buy another one. I had to buy another one. The point is that they stole it from me. And then I was using it to help people, so they stole it from everybody. And so now I have one that is coming. And it's not going to be here until the day after tomorrow. Because I had to order one. I can't go without it. I have a mission to complete. And I need that. I need it. So, luckily, there was another generator that one of my friends has, but it's not portable like mine. It's not like you can carry it in the Tesla. No, this one's about similar size to the one that my friend Omar has. And that's why I showed you the video clip in the beginning, so you have an idea what the generator looks like that my friend Omar has compared to the generator that I use. If you watched the previous video when I was cooking eggs for a lot of people who were displaced out of their homes. I planned it ahead and I wanted to cook, for 50 people. Less than 30 people showed up, I believe, maybe 30 at the most. But not all at once. I mean, I wish more people would have came. I wish I had a better social media reach to be able to establish more of these things. I was, connecting with people in the community, and somebody also had referred me to one of the local churches. And so I'm getting, connected to more people. It's just taking some time. And a person said, well, when people normally do good deeds for others, they don't take their time to record it and share it on YouTube unless they're trying to show everybody, oh, look what I'm doing to help everybody out. Oh, wow, yeah, look at me. That's a comment that I got, right? But I don't recall me recording myself helping people out. For the sake of their privacy, I never recorded myself actually being around those people. Now, I recorded glimpses of this and that and showing you things that I'm working on as part of the mission, showing you the effects of the hurricane, showing you what needs to be cleaned up. I've showed you me making the meals for people while on location, while people were there, but I wasn't turning the camera towards the people to show their faces. There were people in circumstances that I was helping, but I did not want to put them on YouTube. So my whole mission is not to make YouTube content of me helping people. It's to help people, and then I can take my camera and share a glimpse of that, hoping that maybe I can spread awareness and maybe inspire someone to help another person out. So the little bit of time that I take to grab my camera, my phone, and hit record and record maybe a couple minutes of my time while I'm helping people out, just to give an update on what's happening and show a little glimpse of the project, show a little of what's happening, what the house looks like, or without giving away anybody's personal information, not putting their house number or mailbox out there or their names, because I'm very protective of people when it comes to that. I don't feel they deserve to be stalked or harassed by scammers who might look for an opportunity. Oh, they're a hurricane victim. We're going to go find where they are and try to scam them. I'm not going to be that person that's going to make it easy for for those kind of people. No, it's bad enough we got people like that in this world. We don't need to give it, them any easier way to scam people, So that's how I'm conflicted. I'm going to read some comments. I see some chats, but it's really hard without my glasses. And I don't like wearing these things because it makes me look like I'm getting I'm getting older much faster. And I'm trying to not grasp the reality of that, I'm trying to be stubborn. I want to be able to see without my glasses. Maybe I'm in denial that I'm getting older, but I don't feel older. I feel young. It just sucks that I got to wear glasses to see. Oh, man. Let's see who's out here. Hello, Dominic. How you doing? It takes a low thief. I'm telling you, it does. Now, I don't know. They probably never saw me. All they saw was a generator. They probably don't even know who owns the generator. They just saw it and took it. It's kind of how I feel it would be. They just saw it and they took it. Hey, dap me up there. I see you out there, Erna. That takes a load. Yeah, absolutely. Dominic's out here. Miss Diva. Annie's out here. Hello there. Hope you're doing good. They don't give as long as they got what they want. I'm telling you, people suck sometimes, like certain people do. Kathy Evans, thank you so much for your support of this channel. It really helps. Like your support of this channel by watching my content, sharing it, smashing the like button. And if you can do that, subscribe as well. If you are not subscribed and you want to get more content, because I'm conflicted right now. I don't have a clear mind. I'm conflicted. I really am. I don't understand what's going on with YouTube and why YouTube is not promoting my videos. And I'm trying to help the community. I'm trying to spread awareness. I'm trying to make it so that people can, so they could be inspired. I mean, I don't find this is not something to brag about, right? When you help people, do you brag about it? People take it the wrong way. Maybe some people think, oh, I'm doing this for show. I'm just bragging about it. I'm helping these people and I gotta tell everybody. I don't think some people understand why I share this. There's a big purpose behind it. It's people need to open their eyes and see what's going on in this world. People need to see the devastation these storms can do and how it affects people's lives. People, sometimes they live under a rock and they don't see these things. They hear about it, but the reality doesn't hit them. So they need to see the reality of things from an average person's perspective. I'm just another person in the world living a life, just living your average life, right? And so I feel to connect with people on a more personal level, instead of the news and the media out there sharing things, and then they have, their priorities, they're going to share what makes their channel or whatever, their stations get the most subscribers or views or whatever the news and media is looking for, right? They're doing it for a different purpose. And I'm trying to do that to inspire people to hey, look what I'm doing, but not, hey, look at me. I'm not trying to, I don't know what it is. I'm not bragging about me helping people. I'm not trying to say, get that kind of attention or acknowledgement from people. I'm doing this because it's monkey see, monkey do. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, wow, if somebody sees me helping somebody out, maybe they'll do the same thing and help somebody out. So kind of I'm hoping people will pay it forward, pay it forward. See what Bobby's doing. Let's do what Bobby's doing. Let's pay it forward. Let's help somebody out. Let's do something to help someone rebuild. Let's do what we can. Yeah, I'm putting money into this. My own money that I worked hard for, money that I have coming from investments, things, I've sold cryptocurrency to invest, to put into this project, this hurricane relief mission of mine. You know, I felt like that was what needed to be done. I can't do this without some kind of funding, so I took some money out of my crypto. And, you know, this is a mission that's been ongoing, but I'm doing this to help people. I'm not doing this for attention or acknowledgement. I do because my heart wants me to do this. And I happen to be a YouTube content creator. So if I'm a YouTube content creator and I'm doing what my heart wants me to do, and then my time is so, my free time is all limited. I'm tied up in helping people. You know, that's what it's been about. So uploading a video on YouTube, if I'm trying to keep current in the time and not re-uploading old videos from the past, then the video is going to be about me helping people out in the community. I don't see any other way around it, because that's what I've been doing most of my time. So if I have a camera, which I do, my iPhone, I don't carry cameras around, just my iPhone. I carry tools. I try to keep room in my Tesla for the things I need to help rebuild and help people recover. And the foods that I was taking too, and the water bottles. And my content is going to revolve around my mission. So I am so sorry for those of you who came here for paranormal type content or the drama with the stalker, and you want to know what's going on with that psycho woman or the, you know, ghost or whatever it is that you're curious about, or you came here or you subscribed here for whatever, or maybe you're subscribed for my friend Omar and you happen to see him in my previous video before this recent video, because my recent video did not do well at all. I don't know what happened. It's saddening because I feel like not enough people are getting this message to help other people. People need to see that video so that they can be inspired. I mean, I'm no one special. I'm just a person who's a human being who has a heart, who cares about people. And I'm only doing what I feel is right. You know, I like to sleep at night knowing that I did something that helped somebody else out. It just makes me feel good as a person. I don't ask for anything in return. I don't ask for handouts. I don't ask for money. I'm not saying, oh, yeah, can you pay up? I helped you out. No, I do this out of my kindness of my heart. I don't need any acknowledgement. There's times where people never said thank you, but I'm helping them out. I don't take it personally because I know they're going through a lot. I know they're going through a lot of stress. They've lost a lot. Not everybody is going to think clearly, and they don't know who's coming and going. They just know that there's so much happening. They're overwhelmed. I go in at it and I do what I got to do, and I clear my conscience because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't deserve the things I have. Like, I'm blessed to have a beautiful home. I'm blessed to have the things that I have, but sometimes I feel like, I don't deserve it. And I don't know why. I guess because I just feel like people go through hardships and people are worse off than I am. And I started to feel this way when we had these hurricanes. And I'm like, I feel guilty that my house, is still okay. I didn't suffer any damage. And then I start to feel guilty because I didn't have the damage and everybody else, a lot of people did. And I don't know, maybe it's because I'm seeing other people who have lost so much. And then I feel like, well, I don't deserve all this because there's people that have nothing, Even though I worked hard for everything that I own, I've busted my butt. Years and years of my life, decades of my life, working to put money aside, putting money in investments. I've had good investments and bad investments. I've had an emotional roller coaster. I've had good times and bad times financially. I've had uncertainties, and then I just felt like a lot of my success came from the stock market, but that came from money that I had worked hard for and invested it into stocks, and things have just taken off, in the last 10 years or so. And I don't know, even though I was successful with my business at one time, I just feel like since I had a big chunk of money come from stocks, it's like, well, I don't know, even though I worked hard and I still continue to work hard to run my business, but I can't do it when I'm helping people. So I put my business on the sideline. My business is not producing enough to, to make it worth doing it, but I still do it. So I don't know. Maybe a part of me just stays busy just to forget that I'm alone, to forget that my business has failed, to forget a lot of things that are weighing me down emotionally. And so I stay busy. And when these hurricanes came along and caused all this devastation and heartbreak, affecting so many people, I felt like here's my chance to escape the reality of my life, to escape the things that are weighing me down, to keep busy. So I will forget that I'm alone, that I will forget that I failed as a business owner. I'll forget that I failed on YouTube. I'll forget that I failed here and there. I'll feel like, you know what? Let's do what makes my heart feel good. And then I'll feel better about myself because, there was a time where I started feeling like I was worthless. I couldn't run a business right anymore. I wasn't making good money anymore. I was making so little that I qualified for free health insurance, but it came with kind of like strings attached, and I just didn't want to be part of that. And I just wanted to work for things. I didn't want free handouts. I didn't want stuff to be given to me. I didn't want anything to do with government handouts. I want to have stuff that I worked hard for. And even though I have stuff that I worked hard for, I don't know why I feel like I don't deserve a lot of the things, other than because I've seen so many people lose so many things, and I feel so bad for them. During my mission, seeing the homes that are destroyed, seeing the people who lost loved ones and their pets and their transportation, their jobs, everything. I see all that and I come back home to my house and I'm like, wow, I have a home to come to. I have, and I feel like not just a home, I have a luxury home. I have a luxury vehicle. I have a high-end Tesla. I have a high-end home in a high-end neighborhood, and I'm feeling like, why? And so I start to feel guilty. That's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And I've been feeling these emotions since helping people out because I've seen how people live. I've seen the kind of environment they're living in, the kind of neighborhoods they're living in. I see what's going on in their lives, the losses they have, their homes that are destroyed. And then I come back home to this perfect, little palace of mine. And then I start to feel so guilty. That's the emotions I'm dealing with. I start to feel like I don't deserve it because people are suffering and I'm not. But I am emotionally, though. I am emotionally because of so many things going on in my life. I've lost a lot. I've lost some good people in my life because of COVID and other reasons. And a home is materialistic. To me, it is, unless you create family memories in that home. If you create memories in a home and you have, those great memories that were created while living in that home, then it becomes sentimental and it becomes something of more value to you. I live in this house, but there is no sentimental value other than the perceived sentimental. What I mean by perceived means that I tried to make this house mimic the home I used to live in, where I had family memories. So I feel like I'm trying to replicate that environment. I'm trying to replicate that kind of feel. But those memories don't exist here. The only memories I have here is just me alone. I don't have family memories here. So even though it may resemble my place that I used to live in that's sentimental based on the beach theme, the decor, the feel that it has, the vibes. I feel like maybe I'm trying to connect with that sentimental side of where I used to live. And that's what drew me to that. And that was my mission when I first moved down here, is I wanted to make my home feel like home. I wanted to make it feel like it did when I lived up north with my family. And so when I see people who have family living together in these homes, and I see the loss and the devastation, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's just a house. You know, it's just materialistic. You know, yeah, it is to some extent, but there's a lot of family memories that, you know, are destroyed. You have family albums. You have, you know, things that were passed on from loved ones that get destroyed in the flood or fires. And even though it may be a materialistic thing, it's also a sentimental thing. And so I see people losing such things like that have so much value to them. Sentimental, it's priceless. There's no dollar amount that you can put on it. It's just sentimental stuff that was passed on through family, and it's destroyed by fire and floods. And I see that stuff, and I'm in the middle of that, and I feel helpless because I cannot repair that. I can't fix that. I cannot make that better. All I can do is help with electrical, help with the drywall, help with the manual labor of carrying heavy things, moving heavy things around, unloading, loading the truck, helping with trees, cutting down this, moving that, helping with the interior of the homes, cleaning out and gutting out places, rewiring things, helping feed people, helping people carry things. There's so many different things that are happening, but there's things that I cannot change. And that's the devastation, the losses that people already had, that are so deep beyond repair, because some things cannot be replaced or fixed. And so it's so heartbreaking. As much as I want to make everything better, as much as I want to help everybody, as much as I want to undo the damage that the storm has caused, there's only so much that I can do. And then I start to feel like, I don't know, a part of me feels like helpless. Like, why are there things that I cannot fix for people? You know? Because a part of me is like this. When I do a job, I don't half-ass it. When I do something, I do it with pride. I go all the way. I mean, I just take it to the next level. I do it with all I got and nothing less. So when I'm helping people, it's like I'm giving them all. I'm giving them everything that I have. But then when I walk away and they're thankful, whether or not they show gratitude or not, it doesn't change how I feel emotionally when I'm helping people. But a lot of people are so thankful and they're so helpful, and people are getting together in the communities, and I see that just the camaraderie. I see people being there for each other, being supportive. It's something that makes my heart feel good. So I'm so conflicted that I can't do all the things. I can't fix all the problems. And I don't think any of us can do that, but maybe I put so much pressure on myself, and I feel like I got to do as much as I can. And now I'm putting pressure on myself when it comes to making YouTube videos, because I feel like I'm letting you down, because some of you may not want to see my hurricane mission. You may be tired of it. You may feel that there's an ulterior motive, that I'm trying to build my ego up or something, like I'm trying to make myself look better by, oh, look what I'm doing to help out, kind of like I am just showing off in a way, but that's not what I am doing. That's not my intention. Maybe only a couple of you might say that, but majority of everybody, they're supportive. They understand my intentions. They understand where my heart is. They understand why I'm helping out and why I would share some of that. I do that because you're part of this YouTube community, and what I'm doing is part of my life right now. And so if I'm sharing part of my life, and what I am doing right now is helping people who have been affected by these two hurricanes, then You already know the rest. You figured it out. You know what the content's going to be. Do you think the content's going to be about me exploring some haunted place or some abandoned building that could be haunted or ghost hunting or whatever it may be? Or you think it's going to be about that when I'm in the middle of helping people out in these, devastated areas while I'm in Florida? Like, I drive to Florida to help people out because of this. And just because I say I'm helping people out doesn't mean I'm looking for some kind of acknowledgement or recognition or, I'm saying that because I'm hoping every time I say it that maybe somebody subliminally in the back of their mind, they may take that message to heart and say, oh, wait a minute. I want to go help someone out tomorrow. I want to go help someone who needs help. Maybe they were on the fence about helping somebody. Maybe they were, I don't know. And then they watch my video and they go, I like the vibe this guy, he's got this vibe. This looks like a good thing to do. And that's why I'm doing this, because of that. There is no other reason. I'm not going to mention the times that I've donated to charities and stuff because I'm not here to brag about it. I just do those things out of the kindness of my heart, and I do it anonymously. And I'm not going to say when and where and how often, because otherwise I'm being contradictory. And I'm not trying to contradict myself, but I don't, it's like this. I don't talk about everything that I do. I just do it. Now, I'm going to Florida either tomorrow or the day after because I'm helping my friend Omar because we're going to be helping some people out who were devastated by the hurricane. There's a lot of cleanup that's going on, right? And I'm glad that I'm going to be, having him, we're going to be teaming up, which is great. I've been working, having two friends help me, but to have one of my really good friends team up with me, it's going to be extra special. It really is, So, that's something I'm looking forward to on top of looking forward to it. But I have to squeeze that in with my busy schedule this week because I have doctor's appointments. I got to go to the urologist. I got to go to the cardiologist. I have to go to my physician. There are things that are going on. And so I got to make sure that I take care of my health and that I keep up with these appointments, especially since some of these are necessary, considering some of the circumstances, which I really don't want to get into right now because I'm trying not to go down that road again and open up that can of worms. But I need to be around for many other reasons, not just because I want to be around, because people need me. I have people in my life who I care about, and I don't want to leave them behind. I don't put them on YouTube, but I do have some very, very important people in my life who I spend time with, who sometimes visits me, and I sometimes visit them. And I try to do that as much as I can. It's been a little bit harder to see them as often because of my mission. But they're so supportive of this mission. This one person in my life, she is an amazing person. She is so supportive of this whole mission. She even put money into it. She even helped fund it too. So it's like money was put together. She's all about this. I'm all about this. But she's not physically able to do all these things that I'm able to do. So she's able to do some of the light work. But she's able to do a lot of other things. She has a way of uplifting people's spirits. And, I'm just doing the manual labor and, doing, like, I'm climbing up ladders. I'm climbing up everything. I'm on roofs. I'm on balconies. I am going everywhere. And I'm used to that stuff. It doesn't faze me. I used to work in construction decades ago. I was an electrician decades ago. I have that experience. Just like to pay it forward. And I like other people to pay it forward as well. I want people to pass on the generosity, pass it on to the next person, and keep on doing this. So if anybody gets anything out of this live stream, it's to have a better understanding of my reasons behind the videos of my hurricane missions and hurricane preparedness and everything that's evolving around Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, to have a better understanding of why I have put so much effort into sharing that content while I was supposed to be sleeping. The time that I'm supposed to sleep, I'm editing videos because I cannot edit videos while I'm helping people because I feel guilty if I were to do that. I feel like I can't do this. I cannot sit there and waste hours and hours of valuable time to help somebody and edit a video. So what do? I'm editing a video, 11 o'clock at night through like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, editing videos so that you can have a video, right? I usually edit a video, in the morning, a couple hours, and then early in the evening, a couple hours. And I'll do that 3 or 4 days in a row for one video. Yeah, it takes me 3 or 4 days, a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening, 3 or 4 days of that to make 1 hour and 15-minute video. That's how much time it takes to make a video that's under 2 hours long. Maybe I need to make shorter videos. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat, should I make shorter videos? My recent videos have been over an hour. Maybe if I can make shorter videos, it would take some of the pressure off of me and I won't feel so discouraged, because at this point, it's like I cannot find a way to balance the time helping people and have it, and even time for my recuperation, getting rest. Time for myself so that I can be strong enough to help people, because I need to take care of myself too. And then I need to make a video. Like, how am I going to do all this? So let me know in the chats here, and smash that like button. I really do appreciate that, and make sure you have your notification bells turned on, and hopefully you're here because you're supportive of my content for me as a person. I mean, I love Omar. He's a great friend. He's like a brother to me, all right? OmarGosh, And I understand you like to watch his videos too. But if, more than 10 times, let's just say the video that I had when I was helping Omar with the generator, and we were outside on wasp patrol and get prepared for Hurricane Milton. When that video got like 12 to 13 times more views than my most recent video, and I start thinking, well, why was that, right? Was it just luck? Was it the timing? Or was it because everybody came for Omar? And I'm thinking, because I know years ago, Omar had, maybe he promoted my channel, or maybe gave my channel a shout out, and maybe everybody, who subscribed because of that shout out, subscribed to watch Omar being featured in my videos. So maybe all those views came from those who were looking for Omar to be featured in my videos. I don't know. I have no idea. I tried wrapping my head around it, as I'm thinking, how am I going to keep my YouTube channel, how can I sustain this without outside help? How can I sustain my YouTube channel, help it grow, without having to rely on someone else being in my content? Because I don't want to have to rely on anybody. I wasn't even thinking that the video was going to do that well. I was just thinking, it's just me and my friend Omar, we're just preparing for the hurricane. We're just sharing what's going on. I figured, that was just going to get, just the average attention that every video that I had been uploading was getting. But when it took off like big time for this channel to get almost 60,000 views in a week or so, like that was pretty significant, I thought. And so when I uploaded to the next video after that, I had this, I guess there was this expectation that it was going to do well in the back of my head. I was like, oh, well, this one's going to do well because this is very similar video. It's sharing this mission, and maybe it's resonating very well with everybody, and it's going to help people, inspire people to help other people, and maybe we can just change the world and help people rebuild. And I'm thinking so positive, and I'm excited. I'm thinking, wow, here's going to be the next video that's going to do very well because it's, maybe people are just inspired by this whole hurricane preparedness and awareness and this whole mission that, I'm sharing. And I'm thinking of, there's going to be 50, 60,000 people watching again, and it's going to, maybe more people are going to get the help they need because people are going to get inspired. And then when I looked at it a week later and it's like 3,000 views, and I'm like, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? What's missing? What's missing from that video that was so special in the other video? And I couldn't figure anything out. And the only equation, the only thing that was different was that my friend Omar was in the other video. It's the only thing that because everything else kind of was, it was but the same thing, the same topic, the same situation, same mission. Nothing changed. So what I'm trying to get at is, this channel is rolling with me, and it's me, it's Bobby. I'm the guy that, has this channel. It's right here, rolling with me. And so I'm just hopeful that you'll find interest in my content when I upload it here, when I don't have any guests. It's not like every day I'm going to have a guest to share in the videos. This is not about other people. Yeah, other people in my life may appear in my videos from time to time if I'm hanging out with them, and it's a moment that's shareable, because not every moment that I spend with my friends is shareable on YouTube. And even with my friend Omar, there was many times that I visited my friend Omar and I did not make YouTube content, and I may have recorded videos for personal use for me to look back at those memories, but it never went on YouTube. Because there are moments that we just don't put on YouTube, It's not like everything we do has to be uploaded on YouTube. So there are many times that I went and stayed at my friend Omar's for hours at a time, and it never ended up on YouTube, because that's just, it's just respect of a friendship. It's just, I am not trying to, put everything out there. When you have time with your friends, sometimes you have time that's just between you and your friends, and the whole world doesn't have to be in on it. Now, if I were to go visit my friend Omar and he was like, hey, let's go make a video together. Let's record this or let's do that. Then that's different, because then there's an open invitation to record content. But if I'm going over there because of, maybe some kind of, family gathering or a special event, and it's just a small group of people and it's mostly family, I am not going to be recording that and putting it on YouTube. That's not me, because that's a more of a private moment, So, I have time with my friends, and I want to be able to continue enjoying that time and not be pressured into sharing all of it, because I'm not going to give in, because my friendships mean more than anything. My relationships with the people in my life who I care about mean more than anything. I mean, you guys are amazing, but YouTube is YouTube, and my friendships come before any social media platform. My family, my friendships are the most important, things in my life. YouTube platform, having to share everything it's not that important. I mean, you're an important part of this community. You're a very important person. You have important people in your life, but I'm sure you don't share everything with those people in your life. I'm sure there's moments where, you just don't share everything. It's like when I get out of bed in the morning, I'm not going to go walk in the neighborhood in my underwear. I'm not going to share that with the world. I'm not even going to share that with my friends, So there's something. Let's see who's out here on this stream. Who else thinks Roland should make a podcast? I don't know. It'd be interesting, huh? Podcast, huh? I saw you because of Omar, and I'm happy because I subbed. Thank you so much, Jessica. Well, good evening. Have your evening's going swell. You're an amazing guy for helping people during the hurricane. Thank you so much, Raven Sterling. I just got on YouTube and see you are live. Absolutely live. Is there a PayPal account to help? Joe Boiler. I don't know. I do have a PayPal account, but I'm afraid to put that information out there because I'm not asking for help, really. And with the scammers out there, it's kind of like I'm not trying to give any scammer any information. You know, that's just the way it is. I mean, super chats help. Super chats are, that helps build the channel. It helps support the whole YouTube thing. You know, but yeah, I'm not asking for any handouts, but I do appreciate the generosity of, you know, asking about a PayPal account. I do have PayPal emails, but I just don't know if it'd be a good idea to put that out there. I'm not sure if it's a very wise idea. You know what I mean? Just, I've already been scammed before. I've been scammed out of a lot of money a couple months ago from my retirement. And I mean, I don't even want to relive that moment. You know, going back and forth with the bank and everything, my brokers, my retirement account. But then I thought about it. It's like, you know what? It's just money. It's just money. You know? It's just money. I just can't stress too much about it. You know, it's just like I'll figure it out. You know, figure it out. If I got to start, you know, doing side hustles. I got to start, you know, doing YouTube full time and hoping that maybe I can make good money on YouTube. Whatever it is that I got, you know, if I can focus all my energy on YouTube and get back on track, hey, you know, it could work. People do this. So, you know, we all have things going on in our lives. But right now, my priorities are to continue helping people who have been affected by these storms. And YouTube is something that's important to me as well. But I would hope that everybody understands if I don't upload every single week, you know, what the deal is. But I'm trying to juggle everything. And some of you just are done with this whole hurricane mission. And I wish that I could be done with it and everybody's got the help they needed and everybody's back on their toes. But this is not something that could be repaired overnight. There are things that are going to take months and months, maybe years for some people. But I only have so much that I can do because I'm kind of running out of options. I mean, I had to spend money to get another generator, which was a lot of money. I mean, a $2,000 generator stolen, right? So it does put you back when, you know, things like this happen. But it's just part of life. We have these setbacks, you know, but we figure out a way to get around it. Yeah, and for me to get another generator, guess what I had to do? And that's why it's going to be here in a couple of days. I had to sell some more crypto, you know, because things are still kind of questionable about, you know, like I'll get into maybe I'll give you an update when the time is right about what happened with my retirement account, whether or not I recovered all of it or some of it or the hassle and the hell I had to go through. But I feel like right now is not a good time to really put all that out there, you know? Sometimes it's best to just leave that side. Just maybe at that time in my life, I felt it was necessary to share it because I felt like it was a way to get it off my chest. It was a way for me to, you know, to not feel like I'm going through this alone and feel the support of the community. And you know, I feel like when I share something on YouTube, you know, living alone as I do, that if it's something that's stressful, then I have like a community together who kind of helps me feel less alone. And then I feel like I just feel more comfort in that, you know? And I know it's probably not, you know, you look at it and say, why would you feel comfort in a bunch of strangers on social media through YouTube? Like you go through a hard time, you get, you know, your retirement stolen from some scammer, you know, and yet, you know, you're going to go on YouTube and talk about it and try to, you know, just get it off your chest and you know, you're just feeling the comfort of your subscribers by, you know, being there and supporting the comments. And just helping you not feel alone. I was like, yeah, well, I've been doing YouTube since 2007. It's a big part of my life. That's like 17 years of my life on YouTube. That's a long time. It's not like I could just walk away from it, right? And so when something like that happens, and I'm in a time of my life where I am alone, I feel like I got to get it off my chest. I got to share it, because who else am I going to tell it to? Who am I going to do? Tell my friend who, it's like if I tell a friend, they're not here. Yeah, I get some support, like emotional, like support from them, and then they might calm me a bit. But then when I'm done, I'm home alone. Here in the YouTube community, it's like there's continued support in the comments. I can make a video about it 2 months ago, and I can still get comments months later. And so I read them, and I see if anybody has dealt with this before and what they have done. It kind of helps guide me sometimes, because then I could see, if someone's been through this and what to look for and how it happened, and then maybe that helps me find the perpetrator. So I feel like sharing something like that, it goes deeper than me trying to get something off my chest and then, helping me feel less alone. It's maybe helping kind of piece the puzzle together, and everybody contributes their scenario, their situation. And then maybe it helps me figure out how it happened, who did it, if someone else has had this happen to them, and then this person could get caught. So I feel like there's a lot behind that, So when I share something, a lot of it has to do with awareness, like to keep you, I feel like when something bad like that happens to me, it makes me feel alone. I'm alone as it is, and I feel less alone when I share it on YouTube. But then I feel like behind that, there's a message that provides that value. It's like, just be careful. Don't click on links in emails. If you get a phone call from a bank, make sure that it's the actual number from the bank. Make sure it's the actual number. Don't rely on this. Make sure you call the bank to verify. Make sure you call the actual number that you have on your bank statement, right? Make sure it's, because people can spoof numbers. And so if anything, I'm hoping that I'm spreading awareness by sharing a video about how I lost my retirement because of some scammer. And so as a person living alone, being so devastated by such a financial burden, such a loss, it helps me cope with it when I know that I could be helping someone else out so that they don't go through the same thing. While bringing the community together, reading your chats, reading your comments, feeling the emotional support as the community gathers, and words are exchanged. Information is exchanged. Awareness is out there. It's spread. And that's what it's been about, I'm not, I know YouTube is supposed to be, about anything, really. Like, YouTube is a platform where you share anything of interest, You just go on a platform and get a camera and share what you feel is necessary to share. Some people are creative and do creative pieces of work, creative content, creative videos, whatever it may be. And some people are just show real life scenarios. They just make real life videos, they just share what's happening in their lives. And that's kind of where I am right now. I was kind of in that realm of, entertaining everybody and providing YouTube content that's, has some kind of entertainment value. And then I started, going back and forth between reality and, and scripted content for entertainment. And then I just started focusing more on reality. And then reality just took over. I wanted to be real. I wanted to be free of the things that were weighing me down when trying to entertain everyone. It's like, how much more can I go on to entertain everybody in a fictional world when I'd rather entertain everybody in a world that's much easier for me to share, because I don't have to create an alternate world. I don't have to create a fictional world in the name of entertainment like I had done years ago, when you saw those other YouTube channels where I had, you know, skits. There were obvious skits. I was pretty clear about it too. You know, I put a lot of effort into it, and you pretty much knew what was a skit and what wasn't, just based on, you know, the cringe worthy of it. I mean, I found it, I look back at it like, wow, you know, I'm going back as far as 2010, maybe. That's when I started getting into that kind of scripted content. And then I kind of shuffled it back and forth for the last, 10 years or so. And then started getting into the reality thing after 2000. I think, yeah, 2016, I had a lot of fun with the whole Halloween thing. And I was doing the creepy clown skits. Well, that's a whole other story. But then after that, I got over that. But unfortunately, you know, when I moved down here, I left a lot of good memories behind. I left a lot of things that made me happy. And I know another thing that kind of drew everybody to this channel was the paranormal content. It was the ghost hunting. It was the ghost videos, the haunted house videos, the traveling with my friends, ghost hunting. I know that seemed to have been a very kind of a popular niche. And, you know, life is different dynamics in my life. And, you know, things are not always going to be the same. And I could only go down that path so long, and it just kind of, it's like I got to get away from it. It was just tearing at me emotionally. It was causing me to have mental health issues, which if I were to continue with it, I probably would be in a mental hospital, to be honest with you. If I continued with this whole paranormal path in my house for another year or two, I'd probably have a nervous breakdown. I really would, because I just felt like I just was in another place. It just wasn't myself. I wasn't my happy self. I was putting myself under a lot of stress to give people what they want, and that was paranormal. So I was conjuring up stuff under pressure, you know, getting ghost hunting apps out, getting the spirit box, you know, literally just trying to make something happen, like asking for trouble. Like, why would you want to communicate with ghosts? Why would you want to provoke ghosts? Why would you want to try to get a response from ghosts in your house when you feel you have a haunted house and you move away from it and you go to a new place and you want to start over, and then you start hearing things, and then you start wondering if something is attached to your belongings and it's in your house. And then you have that choice at that point to share it on YouTube and continue on with your life, and then communicate with whatever you think may be haunting your house, and then you're drawing more attention to it, and then it just becomes at a point where you get so wrapped up in wanting to get some kind of response that now you feel like it's becoming disingenuous, because now you feel like you're trying to provoke a response from what could potentially be haunting your house in the sake of YouTube content. So it's like now you're trying to find a way to make things happen by asking for trouble. It's like, you know, like, don't put gasoline in the fire kind of thing. It's like, why would you want to like provoke a demon or spirits? Why would you want to ask for them to show a sign, or yell at them, or try to get more attention? Because then, you know, the pressure's on you. You know, you got a YouTube audience who wants paranormal. So you want to do what you can to wake up whatever could be haunting your house. And I was getting to the point where I felt like I was trying too hard to make everybody happy, but I was doing it at the expense of my happiness. And I was just pushing myself to that point of where if I continued down that path, I was going to destroy my health, my mental health and my physical health, because it all comes hand in hand. So, yeah, I hear things happen in this house, unexplainable things, but I don't record it. I don't share it on YouTube, because it's my house and it's my place where I'm supposed to relax and not make it a place that's going to be miserable, and I don't need to draw that attention. You know, So that's where I am when it comes to that. So if you want to know, you're looking for paranormal in my house, sorry for the disappointment. It's just not happening. If you're looking for paranormal that happens away from my house, if I'm on a road trip, if I'm with a friend, then yeah, you may find that here. But out of respect for people who I'm helping out, I am not going to grab a spirit box, and I'm not going to be ghost hunting in houses that could potentially be haunted if they, have a little history. Because I've had some of my friends who have been helping me out. They told me that some things were happening in one of those houses, and when they first got in there, when no one was there, things were happening. Like, well, I'm not even entertaining any of it. I am not. And if somebody were to say that their house was haunted, because I had one person who owned a house said they believed their house was haunted because they would hear somebody out and whispering in their house somewhere out in the back. They had like a little outbuilding next to their house, and they said they would hear something in there. I'm like, it's probably a homeless person. I'm not trying to entertain the idea. So out of respect for people, I'm not ghost hunting. I'm not bringing up any of that while helping people out, because there's some homes that are devastated that, when you're working and it's starting to get dark and you have your lights on and your generator plugged in and things start to look a little eerie and you're like, well, this is a good moment for some people to take advantage of that. I'm not that person. I am not taking advantage of anybody at all when it comes to any of this. I am not going to go record a video in someone's house that was destroyed by a hurricane or the storm surge, which is all from the hurricane, and some of them had been hit by tornadoes. I am not going to be looking for ghosts or getting a spirit box app out and going, oh, whoa, I need to give entertainment value to my content. Everybody wants ghosts. Here I am helping out some people affected by the hurricane, and they're living in a house, and I heard a sound, and I don't know what it was, but it could be paranormal, but maybe it could be a piece of wood falling, or, anything could be, a lot of unstable stuff on the ground and in the foundations, so things are heard sometimes, but I am not going to be that person who's grabbing a camera and taking advantage of that situation. I'm not exploiting anybody's devastation for YouTube content, and I will not be talked into it. No one will pressure me into it. That's where I draw the line. No one will be exploited when it comes to this whole hurricane mission. I am not putting people's faces out there. I am not showing devastated homes. Yeah, I showed some flood damage and stuff that was thrown to the curb as a reality so people understand exactly what's happening. And considering that I'm on the mission to help people, I feel like it's morally okay for me to share that, because it's not like I am rubbernecking. It's not like I am driving around looking for something to share on YouTube. No, I am driving around to get to where I need to go while on my mission. So while I'm doing that, I'm recording what my phone is catching while it's connected into my Tesla. I have that little phone bracket that I can record the road when I'm driving. So I share that so people can see the reality of what people are dealing with. So people who have a heart can have sympathy, they can have understanding, they can have compassion. And then maybe some people will be inspired to help people by seeing it being done, by seeing the mission. Even though I don't get into details and share people, their faces, their names, their home addresses, the idea is out there. People understand what I'm doing. And I'm hoping that people can be inspired, and that's why. And I'm not going to ghost hunt in people's houses. I'm not taking advantage of that situation. I'm not exploiting the situation. Now, if I showed a house that was damaged, I wouldn't be showing a house that was damaged out of a way to exploit the situation for YouTube views. No. If I ever would show a house that was damaged, that means that I'm there working on that house, and I want to show the reality of it. But I don't feel the need to, because that could be misconstrued. That could be taken the wrong way. Even when I have good intentions, even when I'm doing what I'm doing to help people. People see the devastation, they see damaged homes, they see stuff torn up. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I think seeing appliances, furniture, drywall, belongings on the side of the road, on the curb, is enough for people to understand why that stuff is there. Because of the floods, the flash flooding, the storm surge, the hurricane, the damage from these storms. My mission. It's all good, Bobby. No worries. Thank you so much, Mary Johnson. Check out Bobby's other channel for more updates. There you go, Up to Speed Media. That's right. Yeah, the other channel. Pastor Peyton Gordon. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. How you doing? Try everyone joining us tonight. Awesome. So if you guys, there's a members area. If you want to become a member, I am going to be uploading a new member video because I am going to Florida again, and I'm going to be sharing some of that Florida trip in a members area video, and members only video. So if you're a member, you don't want to miss out on that. Just be on the lookout for some of that, because I do have something for you as a supporting member of the channel, where you're an early access member. You get to see this even earlier. If you're a member, you get to see it, but the early access member, you get to see it even earlier. So yeah, I do have that content for members. So if you're a member, be on the lookout for that, because I do have a membership area, which I'm trying to build, because YouTube's algorithm, it's kind of funny. It looks at so many different things. It looks at, how many members you get, in a certain amount of time, how many members you have, how many likes a video has, how many comments or how many chats a video has, how many views, all these things. And growing this YouTube channel is very important to me. It's very important to the mission, because growing this channel can help financially support me while I'm on this mission. Driving, and like tomorrow, I got some things going on with, I gotta, going to be helping my friend Omar on a mission, and usually I'm inviting people to help me. And this time Omar knows somebody who needs help, and he asked me, can I help? Because he knows that I've been helping people, and he knows that I just want to continue doing that. So I told him exactly what's happening, and that I would love to help, but I do have that limited time because of my doctor's appointment. So I'm trying to work that in. So, there's a lot of things that I'm working on, and I just want to bring you with me, so you can experience this with me, It's a heartbreaking thing, like I said before, but I feel like growing this channel, it's an important thing. That's why I've stressed out about that other video, because I'm thinking, well, that video did very well. Not the recent one, but the one before that, where I was helping my friend Omar with the generator. When that video got nearly 60,000 views, 60, not 16, right? 60. I'm thinking, wow, if I can continue down that path on this channel, that would probably help me out a lot with making more YouTube content. Then I could travel more and make better content, and it could fund my road trips. It could, it could just help a lot. It really, it's like I don't ask for handouts. I'm not that person. But having someone join the membership area, or anyone watching the content, it's not like that's I'm working for that. I'm creating YouTube content. I'm creating extra YouTube content. That's work that I'm doing. And being a YouTube content creator is not that easy. You can ask a lot of people who make YouTube videos. It's not as easy as people think. It's not as easy. It's stressful trying to come up with video ideas. Editing takes forever. There's some videos that take me a whole week to edit, and it's just one video. And I'm stressed about, how am I going to get this done? I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to do this. And then now with me in the last a few weeks, helping people out because of these hurricanes, like, how am I doing all this? How am I going to do this? I can't. I'm only one person, right? Even when I have two people helping me now with these hurricane missions, I don't have anybody to help me with making YouTube videos or editing or, any of that. I don't have any YouTube editors. I don't have any YouTube help. I don't have anybody who can help me on the YouTube side of things. So I'm on my own with that. And so it's a lot of pressure. It's really difficult. It's like this. I could spend, before all this hurricane mission, I would spend probably 40, 50 hours a week on YouTube content creation, getting a video edited, part of my trip involved with making the content, everything added together. And then I look at the amount of currency that, the revenue that I get from one video, and I'm like, wow. That one video may be less than $20, $15 to $20 for one video, and I spent 40 to 50 hours on a video. I could work a minimum wage job and make a lot more money working 40 or 50 hours. You know what I mean? So you look at it that way. People don't understand that. People don't understand the amount of time that goes into editing videos, especially when you're doing a lot of jump cuts. It's easy doing a live stream, right? Because all you do is start a live stream. You don't have to edit anything. But not everybody likes to watch live streams. They can be boring, If you try to do a live stream on the road, then it can cut out, interference, low, bad cell service, your quality degrades and it freezes all the time. So you gotta have stable internet. So that's the whole conflict with YouTube. I'm watching this whole platform fall apart in front of my face, and I'm thinking, I'm failing everybody. I'm not good enough. And that's just me. No one says this to me. Nobody has said in the comments, you're not good enough. I'm saying it to myself. I think I'm a great person. At least I would like to believe that everybody came here to watch me and not because they solely came for someone else in my video. I do what my heart wants, and that is to help people. Even in my neighborhood here, it's like I offer, hey, you want to help with this? You want to help with that? I have a friend of mine. He's got to clean his solar panels. I just cleaned my solar panels the other day. It's a lot of work, hours up on the roof. And he's got like 65 solar panels. I'm like, whew, okay, well, you got a lot. And I told him, I says, you know what, if you wash the solar panels off, you can get better solar production. Because he hasn't washed them off in probably over a couple of years. And you really need to wash them off every 6 months. And so, if you wash them off, your production for solar energy will be much higher. You probably gain 10, 20%, of energy. And so I offered, I said, hey, you know what? You need help with that? Let me know. I try to fit it in. We come up with a time where I can work it in my schedule and I'll go help him. So I got it scheduled in my schedule to help him out on a specific time. So that's something I'll be doing. And I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not asking for money. I'm doing it because I want to help somebody. That's just my nature. But nobody saw that side of me because everybody saw this guy angry at the world, yelling at the walls in a house, trying to relate to the paranormal community, making these paranormal type, videos, ghostly videos. So everyone was only seeing a side of me that I don't know, that I wouldn't be proud of, because I would be embarrassed, really. If I made a new friend and they saw me with a spirit box talking to ghosts and yelling at the walls and freaking out, to me, that's embarrassing. But if a friend of mine saw me helping out in the community and going on this mission and feeding the homeless people, I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. I would be proud to share something that's positive like that. But I don't brag about my YouTube channels. Like when I have friends, I don't go out of my way to say, oh, by the way, I got a YouTube channel. I got several YouTube channels. I make YouTube. I don't tell anybody because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because of the paranormal videos that I got on my YouTube channel and because of the creepy clown videos that they're embarrassing. It's like every day I'm like, should I just delete all the clown videos? Should I just delete all the paranormal videos that involve my home? Leave all the other ones up, but the ones that involve my home, get rid of them. Like, I'm thinking maybe I'll have less stress on my shoulders if I could just, when I make friends and they happen to discover my YouTube channel and they don't see any ghost videos or me like acting crazy, then I won't feel judged or feel like, I'll never have friends. Because I feel like YouTube is weighing me down if I keep going down that haunted house road. And a part of me feels like I should just make all those haunted house videos private or delete them or something, or make them members only. Maybe I'll convert all those paranormal videos to members only and be done with it. And that way, the odds of my friends or new friends seeing it would be, if they were a member, which that would be like 1 in probably a million. But, the odds of seeing it otherwise could be a lot more higher. But that's probably what I'm going to do. So all my paranormal videos in my house that I recorded over the last God knows how many years, I'm probably going to switch them to members only and get that weight off my shoulders. And because I can't keep going down this stressful road of, just thinking that I have these friendships, but part of that friendship is, it's like they secretly know that I have a YouTube channel, but they don't tell me, and then I'm being judged. I have that fear in the back of my head that maybe one of my good friends will find out that I have this YouTube channel and see that I have these, supposed, ghost problems that are so intense that, the house needs to be condemned, that kind of extreme thing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, what if they think I'm a nut job? What if they think I'm crazy? What if they no longer talk to me? What if they ghost me? No pun intended, but what if they stop talking to me? And so that's a fear. That's a legit fear that I have. YouTube has created this fear. And it's not because of YouTube itself. It's because of the paranormal type content in my house. And yeah, if I were to continue down a more positive path where I am sharing a positive thing that doesn't make me look like a crazy person screaming at the walls, yelling like, oh, my house is so haunted. Everything's chairs flying around, glasses flying, this breaking, that. I mean, you go tell that to somebody that they're gonna like think you crazy, even though, it may really happen. It's like people can think you're crazy. And then they never want to come to your house because they feel like, well, your house is no place I'm going. My other struggle that I'm having with YouTube content is, how do I go about making YouTube content if it's not a rambling on session, if it's not rambling, chit chat, talking? When you have somebody in your life, like when you make content with somebody, right? You have each other. So when you have each other, you just share your togetherness. You share your time together. You share that moment. So there's no like chit chat at the camera. There's like, you have a glimpse of what's going on. I may be engaging with my friend, having a conversation, going on a road trip, exploring some places, and we're experiencing this together. And maybe we're sharing our individual perspectives, rotating back and forth. Or maybe there's a third person who's a camera person, and they're recording both of us experiencing these things. And see, I find it hard to understand how I can make this whole thing work out. I'm having issues trying to figure out how to make it happen, how to continue to keep this channel alive if it's just me and I have people in my life who I don't want to even ruin relationships with by bringing up the whole YouTube thing unless I transfer all my ghostly haunted house videos to members only, or just delete them or make them private, whatever it may be, and get rid of any kind of paranormal in my house existence on YouTube, to the point where I have a clean slate on YouTube when it comes to the paranormal involving my home in my community, where people would come to visit me with the expectations of not being terrorized by some kind of demon. You know, maybe I'm just even talking about this, I feel like I'm losing credibility, you know, because not everybody believes these things. But I just don't want to have that weight on my shoulders anymore. And I want to be free of it. I just want, and this whole hurricane relief mission has gotten me away from all this. It has gotten me in a good place because I feel like I'm doing something my heart has always wanted to do, but it's unfortunate that it had to come from these circumstances, that people had to suffer and go through this for me to be able to provide my help and help people rebuild and feed the people and do the things together in the community. I am no superhero. I'm just a person with a heart who cares, who gives a crap. I'm no special person. I am not like Superman. I am just someone who cares, who has a heart. I have compassion. There's so many things that people don't know about me because all they see is this guy dealing with a haunted house, and they don't see the side of me that my friends see, that my loved ones see, that people who know me as a person see. The people on YouTube only see that other side that's neurotic, that's angry, that's not even who I am. It's not doing me any good to continue down that path in my home. And I've said this so many times, but I feel like people are so disappointed because I decided to take a path in a positive direction and do something that's meaningful, something that helps people. Me making videos in my house about whatever kind of ghostly encounters that could possibly happen to some extreme, to the point where the house should be an attraction for Halloween. It's not helping people's lives. Maybe it's providing entertainment for people, but what about improving people's lives, helping people who need help, people who are in need of assistance, in need of guidance, in need of something? How is me running around in a house claiming it to be the most haunted building ever? How is that going to do any good for the community? How is that going to do any good for my mental health? How am I going to be taken seriously by the community, by people who may come across those videos? How am I going to have respect from people who come across that kind of content, seeing me in my house yelling ghosts and sharing the most intense, what appears to be the most intense paranormal and all that? How am I going to get respect? Do I crave respect? No. But I want to keep the friendships and relationships that I have. I don't want those to be ruined over YouTube paranormal content or paranormal type or whatever it may be, because I don't want to say one way or the other. So I hope, I'm just hoping that you understand and you're here for me as a person. You're invested in me as a person. That you didn't come here to see me suffer from, some kind of mental breakdown. You didn't come here to see me chasing ghosts in my house or, just dealing with whatever kind of drama that happens when I'm in my home. I hope that you're here because you want to see a part of my life. You want to see a more positive side of my life. You want to see a more down-to-earth side of me. You want to see the side of me that I've had suppressed for so many years because it got buried in all this drama. It got buried in the pressure of trying to pump out paranormal type content, that I lost sight of who I am as a person because I got so caught up in this other world. And it's the YouTube world. It's trying to feed the need for the paranormal, the community, and the paranormal community is just wanting so much from me. And I only have so much to give, and I have just so much limits, and I'm trying to be as genuine and positive as I can. And I feel like it's disingenuous to continue to share content in this house, making this house, a negative place, drawing negative attention to my home. I hear things in here, but I've stopped responding. I've stopped drawing attention to it. I pretend that it's not happening. I hear sounds that if somebody was here when they heard those sounds, they'd be convinced there's a ghost in here. I just ignore it. I don't even think much of it anymore. Because I feel if I just ignore it, maybe it'll go away. It'll stop. And I can move on to the next chapter in my life and get away from this. That's where I am. I am done with this. Wait, it's Bobby. My original name was Ronald. Oh, this is here's a little history of me. All right, so my birth name was Ronald. But when I was in school, I was picked on and I was called Ronald McDonald, the clown. Ronald McDonald, the clown. You know who Ronald McDonald is. Well, having been called that for so many years, I just did not want to be called Ronald anymore. So I decided, am I going to get a name change when I turn 18 or what, So I ended up going with Bob. So I went with Bob, but then it just Bob turned into Bobby. So that's the story with that. And the name of the channel was Roland, but the thing was, my channel was named after my cousin Roland. Because back in 2007, my cousin and I started a YouTube channel. And one of my very first videos was making an Italian meatball recipe for my cousin in New York. And we went back and forth, and we would make unlisted private videos to each other and cooking Italian food, and just the family drama and all that. It was kind of like our way of communicating in addition to a telephone. So I ended up, just taking on his name for YouTube channel purposes, because I wasn't going to use Ronald, because I didn't want to have to relive that. And I just felt like Bob was too short, like Bob, I don't know. And Roland just just sounded right. It's like, I'll just take on that name. And that was just kind of my YouTube persona. I took on that YouTube name. And so I was using it for so long that it got to the point where I even named this channel Rolling With Me. It was like inspired by my cousin's name. Then I started thinking maybe I should just be myself. And then so I introduced my name a couple years ago. And I said, okay, well, my name is Bobby. Because even though I renamed myself to Bob, it ended up being Bobby because that's what my friends were calling me. Instead of Bob, they said Bobby. And so I just added the other B and a Y. And so, yeah, I'm Bobby. It's kind of how that went. And that's why I want to continue down the path of just being who I am, being myself. Enough of the YouTube persona. Enough of that. That's 17 years of YouTube. I've got to be me, right? Got to be me. And so me sharing my mission, I feel like that justifies a lot, you know? It helps inspire people to do those things to help other people. And at the same time, you're getting a glimpse of the kind of person who I really am. You get a glimpse of the kind of heart that I have. So you know who you're watching. You know who you subscribe to. I feel like you deserve to know that. You deserve to know the person you have subscribed to. So me sharing that hurricane mission of me being in these places, you know, being able to offer my assistance because of my experience in construction and electrical and my physical abilities to lift heavy things and, you know, do strenuous things and the stamina that I have, I can keep going. I just felt that it also provided you an opportunity to get to know me better as a person, and so that you could connect with me on a more personal level and we can have a more genuine experience here on this platform so that we can get past this whole Bobby freaking out in the house yelling ghosts, and we can get on a more, you know, personal level and more meaningful level, a more meaningful connection. So there's so many reasons why I decided to take some time out of my sleeping schedule to edit videos during my mission, because I want to share with you a side of me that you never get to see. A side of me that I feel is a positive side that just never gets shared, while hopeful that people will be inspired to do these same very things, paying it forward. If I've helped somebody because of a video, then I feel like I've done my job, and that I did all that, editing during my time that I'm supposed to be sleeping for a good reason, besides providing you a video to watch, that I actually maybe help somebody, give them the inspiration to lend a hand to someone who is in need. Maybe go check on a neighbor who may need help, who may be alone, who may be stuck in their home and can't get out. Maybe that gives that person that nudge, gives them a little bump to do that right thing, to do the thing to help somebody. That's my mission. Not that one person who says, you're just doing this for attention. You're just doing this for acknowledgement. You're just doing this to say, oh, look what I did. Oh, I am just such a goody two-shoes. Oh, look at me. No, that is so wrong and out of context. That is not me. I took the time to edit this video during the time that I'm supposed to sleep to share with you what I am doing. This is no show. This is not for show. I'm not recording those moments for show. I'm recording those moments because I'm documenting some of that thing. And there's things that I'm not sharing on YouTube because they're involves the people. And it's nice to have those memories, because there's some people who were like very willingly wanting to go on YouTube, and even though they wanted to, because some people just kind of wanted to have that like attention. I just felt like if I were to share that I would be doing them a disservice, because then I would be opening them up to someone to stalk them, to scam them, because somebody would figure out where they are and harass them. And then I feel like maybe it would be taken the wrong way and take it as that I'm exploiting them. And I don't want that to happen. So that's why I limit what I record, because I'm focused on helping. I'm focused on rebuilding that community. I'm focused on trying to get people back on track. I'm not focused on trying to record everything. That's my mission, to be there. And I happen to be a YouTube content creator, so I share some of that. That's all. It's nothing more, Joanna, I'm sorry, I got to go to bed. Well, hope you have a good night and be safe there. No, we need more people like you. Karen and Gibby, thank you so much. Jessica, in the most recent report, estimates only, oh my God. Hey, Bobby, nice seeing you. Hey, JC World Wanderers, how you doing? Mamma mia, that hurricane was bad and we were fine. Yeah, the question is, what's brewing up now? I heard there's a potential hurricane that's developing. So this could be something that can come by and hit the southeast again, hit the southwest, it could hit the, as far as Florida goes. So I'll be there. It won't be the first time that I was in Florida during an active hurricane. I did record some of that when I was there. Hurricane's not going to scare me away. When I'm on a mission to help somebody, I kind of just, I forget the consequences that it can have for me being in the elements, being in a storm, walking in a hurricane where debris can fly and hit me in the head. Because all I'm thinking about is helping somebody, checking on somebody. When I was walking in that hurricane, I was walking to go check on a person in the neighborhood because I haven't heard from them. And I was worried, so I walked. I didn't want to get in a Tesla and drive because I have trouble seeing in a Tesla in a windshield. And I felt like, you know what? I got this. I don't doubt myself. I feel like I can do it. So I did it, you know? That's all it is, you know, just having the heart and just wanting to help somebody. And sometimes you forget that you're putting yourself in danger because all you're thinking about is trying to help somebody. So you kind of become numb to what's going on around you because you're focused on that one thing. When you're worried about somebody, you're just thinking about them and you're not realizing that you could be going through, you know, a hurricane while you're outside. You know, it's just how it is. I saw the aftermath when I went down there. Oh, it's terrible. I know it sucks. It's 59 here in Tennessee. Oh, wow, 59. I saw the aftermath. So we got Corin, JC Wonder, Trish. I'm so sorry that someone stole your generator. I don't understand people. Now, part of me, I wish it was the big generator because it'd been a lot harder to steal. But the one that was stolen from me was maybe weighs 60 pounds. I showed it in my other video, my previous video where I was like cooking eggs for everybody. You know, I had the eggs and the oatmeal and I had plugged it into that. And so I can carry it. It looked like an oversized, you know, just had a handle on the top, and it was a Jackery battery generator. And that thing was powering the fans, the lights. I could use power tools. I was able to use my little hot pan. Why would somebody steal it? I don't understand. Like, I had the ventilation fans blowing to blow out the air to place out after it was sprayed down, you know, so that the mildew wouldn't grow. You know, you spray down after pressure washing everything in the floor and the framing. You spray this chemical. It's a microban chemical. It's a chemical that just fights the growth of fungus, mold. And you air that stuff out, let it dry. Then you do a test. The test the humidity on there, and once the humidity goes down to a specific level, then you could put new drywall in, but you have to wait for the humidity to go down. Otherwise, you know, things aren't going to dry. So while the process of it was airing out, windows were open, fans were cross ventilating, I went next door to help take down some drywall. And I was doing that for a couple hours at least. I go walk over to check to see how dry everything was. Find fans were off and the generator was gone. So somebody had the balls to take the generator while I was at the house next door cutting down the drywall. Some stupid idiot. What are they going to do? I mean, it's a $2,000 generator. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Try to sell it? Yeah, there's probably people that are willing to buy it because that's a very popular item right now. A generator is like worth like gold for everybody who has no power. So people are stealing these things. The thing is, I never thought anybody would take it because the way I had it, it was sitting inside that house. The extension cords, and it was like, I'm trying to think of the size of it, what I could compare it to. What can I compare it to? I mean, it might have been maybe a foot, maybe 14 inches wide by a foot high. Not that big. I had it tucked away where you couldn't see it. You know, it was kind of tucked away in a side where it wasn't like right in the view. Well, somebody apparently found it, which pisses me off. Look around in pawn shops. Yeah, I have to go to Florida because it's got to be in Florida somewhere. People are, they are relentless and careless and heartless. Not everybody, but some people are. You're a true public speaker. You should have the gift, that's for sure. Thanks for the live stream. I'm glad to see there's 81 people. 81 people here. Thank you so much, Big Action Papa. Glad to see you here in the live stream. Can you add your air tag to your generator? You know what? I should have done that. I'm frustrated. It's a lot of, when we do something, there's always that I should have done this, I should have done that. And that's usually after something happens that you wish never happened and you could have prevented it by doing this or that. Yeah, I have those regrets. I could have put an Apple AirTag on there. I could have chained it to, the frame in the wall, but then somebody could have cut the damn frame out and then caused more damage to get to the thing. I mean, there's so many things I could have done to prevent it. I could have just babysat it, but then what am I do? Stand there waiting? Fans got to run for hours. It's not like, you're going to blow dry it in 5 minutes. No, it takes hours to air those places out. It's best to do it, start up early in the morning and all through the day, and then do it the next day, preferably overnight, but it's not like you're going to sleep on the job overnight. So you do what you can, as long as it's airing out and you don't have the walls back together. So I had to take the drywall out, and the amount of drywall that was taken out was about 1.5 to 2 feet above where the water line was, just to be on the safe side. They usually say take a foot away, but we went like a foot and a foot, to almost 2 feet, 1.5 to 2 feet, and you just cut that away and took the insulation out that was wet. But not pulling it out, what it did was cut it and cut the insulation where it was dry and left the rest of it up in the wall where it wasn't wet, even though the insulation can wicker some water, so water will travel a little, but the gravity also takes it down, see? But it didn't go too far beyond those points, so we're able to cut it and then add more insulation back into it, because it's harder to push insulation back up a wall without having any gaps. Otherwise you got to tear the whole wall down, besides just 1.5 to 2 feet above the flooded, where the water came into contact with the drywall. So cutting those straight lines, pulling out the walls, all the receptacles, of course, had to be replaced. So that's just an ongoing thing, replacing all the outlets, the drywall, the floor. There was some, a lot of the flooring there, there was some luxury vinyl planks, LVP flooring, and some of them were tile floors. Some of the tile floors looked pretty good, but the LVPs were warping up and lifting. Not a good sight, not a good sight. So those definitely had to be taken out because the water can get under those. And once the water gets under that, it's, all the disgusting bacteria, and it can start to bring mold under the planks. So that all has to be replaced. Now, some people wanted to just pressure wash the bottom of the planks and reinstall them after they pressure wash everything. I mean, if you use the right chemicals, you can get away with it. But some of them get warped and everything. But, I was looking at a lot of work, and it's like, well, you do what you can. Not everybody can afford new planks. And then, of course, not everybody has enough coverage on their insurance, and some people had their homes that were paid for, and they were self-insuring because they could not afford the home insurance, the homeowner's insurance, and some people didn't have the proper coverage, and some people had their deductibles were so high that it's just that they couldn't afford to even, file a claim for something that could have cost cheaper, because some people didn't have as much damage as other people. Some people, it was just some drywall damage and, just an area of the house that was right in the flood area. So some people always cheaper to just pay out of pocket to have it done. But when the community is getting together it's eliminating a lot of the labor costs. So the people were just buying the supplies and people were getting together. And I was just part of that mission to help people rebuild without having to pay so much money for, contractors or waiting for insurance claims to go through, because it could take months for an insurance claim to get paid. You never know. I've seen places that just never got done. There is I believe there's it could be a 30 or 60 or 90 day, whatever it may be. There's got to be some laws that protect you when it comes to insurance, but they're going to wait till the last minute. And so people at the mercy of, what are you going to do while you're waiting? And if you don't have enough money for the deductible, or if you don't have enough coverage, or you don't have any coverage, then you're screwed. And that's why the community is getting together and they've been helping out, and it's been a positive thing. And I see a lot of emotions. I see a lot of different kinds of energy there. And I try to be positive, and I try to come back home with a positive mindset and not let it depress me, because I'm telling you, it's depressing. I'm home at night, and there's times where I'm so depressed thinking about what I have experienced, thinking about what I saw. It's depressing. But then I think about how hard I'm working at it, just doing what my heart wants me to do, doing what I feel is the right thing to do, is to help people rebuild. And then I think about, well, I'm doing the best I can. I have help, some good friends helping me, and it's a great community. A lot of people are, they're rebuilding. This is something it's gonna take some time, but we'll get it back on track again. I gotta think positive. So you moved from Florida, Mamma Mia. All those are you talking about rebuilding the houses that storm is tear up? I'm telling you, yeah, it never does. It's a financial cost and it's an emotional cost. It's so many different levels. It's just heartbreaking on top of breaking the bank. It's just a sad situation to be part of or even witness. I would try to save everything I could. I feel so bad for people who I know. It's a shame, Jessica, because there's so many things that are sentimental. Even though it's something that could have been bought with money, it was maybe bought from someone else who, spent money on something as a gift, or it could be a painting, it could be a photo, it could be a photo album, it could be anything. It could be an urn, somebody's ashes. I mean, it's so many different things. It's not replaceable. It's sad. I did move from Florida. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are leaving Florida. They're probably coming down here to Georgia, and they're probably going further north too. Let's see what's out here. Write numbers down of all the stuff so if someone steals it. Absolutely, yeah. It's a shame that people do that stuff. But yeah, like I said, if you want to, see exclusive content or see the paranormal videos at my house that I'm going to soon make private, I'm probably going to make them members only. If you want to see some exclusive content, early access videos, all that stuff, I do have a members area for members. And if you want to be part of that, it helps this YouTube journey of mine, because I need to change the direction of my life in a more positive direction. And I've already started this mission of mine to change in a positive direction before these hurricanes came about. But this whole hurricane thing just kind of just fell right into everything. And, it's just, I was taking you places and sharing just the world around me, and taking you to historical places that have a lot of historical value, things that I feel provide education. I was just taking you on that journey. And then these hurricanes came through, and then I revisit some of those places, and then you see the before and after, and it's heartbreaking. It really is, because then you saw how things were looking before those things happened, and then what direction everything went. I legit thought I left my headphones at another hotel. Oh no. Oh boy, he's found him under his sister's seat. Kelly, how you doing? Corin's out here. Did you tell the police? Yes, that was something that I definitely made a report about that because, I mean, that's $2,000. That's a lot of money that's stolen. So, unfortunately, you know, the deductible on my insurance policy is more than what it's worth. So I wouldn't even want to put it on my insurance because, you know, homeowners insurance would cover things that were stolen. Even from what I understand, even if you're not home, if it's in your possession and you're using it. The problem is, you know, I don't know. My deductible is, I have a higher deductible because insurance is too expensive for me. So my deductible is much more than the $2,000. So no sense in me risking a rate increase and filing a claim on my insurance only to not even benefit from it. And what would be the purpose? There would be no purpose, no reason. It doesn't make sense. So I sold more crypto to get another one, and it'll be here in a couple days. So that's what I had to do. You got to do what you got to do. Like I said, I went deep in a lot of crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, you know, you got to cash out when you need it. I've been cashing out on a lot of my crypto because of what happened with my bank account, my retirement, almost 2 months ago, I believe. Is that long ago already? Where I got scammed out of my retirement savings money? I've been selling my freaking crypto now to make ends meet. You know, got to do what you got to do. But there was something that happened, which I'll get into in another video regarding what the bank had communicated to me. So things are just complicated. All right. We got Kelly out here. Someone stole gas off my gas. I'm telling you, people are just going crazy. Absolutely crazy. Florida's weather is too hard on people. You got to keep rebuilding every time there's a hurricane. I know it sucks. You know, they build the houses, you know, at least some of the stronger houses that they build in Florida could withstand Category 5 hurricane speeds, you know, wind speeds. You know, roofs built to withstand 160 mile an hour winds. Problem is, not all the houses are built to those specs, right? You got houses that are built before 1994. You got houses built before 2002. So you got houses that are just not able to withstand that kind of wind speeds and that kind of pressure. And then the stick-built homes, the modular homes, the mobile homes, they just fall apart during these storms. So the only people that are left standing are people who have homes that are able to withstand Category 5 wind speeds and roofs that can handle 160 mile an hour winds. Now, luckily, I have a home that can withstand 160 mile an hour winds. That was an extra build. You know, a lot of homes in Georgia are just like Florida builds. They are built to withstand these winds. But it's more of a choice by the person who's having the house built, that they want to have it built to these specs or that specs. Depends on your geographical area. So I lucked out on someone who just was ready for doomsday. I bought a house from someone who was ready for doomsday. They wanted to have a house that was going to withstand a lot of wind. And so I lucked out, you know, and crazy enough, Hurricane Helene came through here like a freight train. There was houses not too far from here that were totally destroyed, but yet I survived. You know, my house made it. And then it went all the way into the Carolinas. It's just heartbreaking what happened. You know what I mean? It's just seeing that. You know, then a part of me starts to feel guilty because, you know, nothing happened to me or my house or anything. And then people are suffering all these losses, you know, and then I start to feel like, you know, why is these people going through this? All right, I live in for 50 years old, Mamma Mia. I live in a brick home now. There you go. Yeah, so, you know, the concrete homes, you know, they throw it on slab foundations, you know, on a sturdy ground. Some of those slabs are very thick. I mean, the slab itself weighs tons and tons, but, Yeah, roofs are reinforced to the concrete walls and the slab, and everything is reinforced together. And, you know, the way the straps are in the roof keeps it all tied together. You know, but I've seen some people taking straps and wrapping them around their houses and anchoring them into the ground for an extra protective measure. They literally would have tie-down straps on their houses and strap it down. Their whole roof would be strapped down with tie-down straps. Like the front, sides, back, you know, going the extra mile, you know, keeping that roof from lifting off. I know people are crazy. It's insane how people can be, you know, like, what is wrong with some people? Like, keep your hands to yourself. Don't be stealing people's property. Don't be stealing stuff from other people. Don't go on a job site and think that, you know, that generator is up for grabs. It's yours, free for the taking. You know, yeah, people go to construction sites. Maybe they steal stuff when they see people, you know, they see things left behind. Or they think it's free for the taking. But when you are on a hurricane relief mission and you have a generator that's there to help people, it's there in the process. It's there used to cool down and dry off houses, to air it out. It's used for power tools, for lighting, and for cooking food and everything that electricity is needed for. And it's taken away by some greedy bastard who thinks that their need for that generator must be more important than the purpose it was serving when it was in the location at the house that was being repaired. That's selfish, and that is so wrong. And I believe in karma. I believe what goes around comes around. If somebody's going to do that to somebody and steal, they're not only stealing from me, they're stealing from the people that are being helped. They're stealing from the community because that generator is serving a purpose. It's there for a reason. It's there to help get those houses rebuilt, get that drywall, getting that drywall back up in the walls, you know, airing it out before everything is reinstalled. It's a process. It's been an ongoing thing. Somebody must have saw a pattern. Maybe somebody noticed, hey, look, this certain time, somebody's coming, bringing the generator in there, putting fans on, using this generator sitting there. Maybe somebody was scoping it out and decided to have enough balls to take it. People can do some stupid things. Never understand some people. Doesn't make sense. Don't take something that's not yours. Why? You know, I look at it this way. You know how karma is? This is a good example of karma. So you take a generator that's worth $2,000. You steal a generator from somebody who worked hard to buy that generator, right? Well, maybe their karma is that they're going to have some kind of unexpected $2,000 expense come up. And then they just wasted that. Or maybe even a $4,000 expense so that they could feel the pain of $2,000 being lost because they have a $2,000 gain for nothing for stealing it. That's what karma is, right? They're going to lose something. They're going to have a financial loss because they stole that generator. So it's going to break even. But I feel like it's going to maybe break in a negative for them. You got to think that way. Or you think maybe, you know, a part of me is like, well, maybe when I go back up, maybe when I go back down to the place there, maybe it will be back there. Maybe it was mistakenly taken. And somebody realized, oh, my bad. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And then it's back where it was. You know how we think sometimes, like we have this hopeful thinking, like, yeah, maybe it'll be there. Maybe I'll go home and sleep on it, come back the next day or so, and it'll be back and all's fine. You know, we try to fool ourselves sometimes, you know, thinking maybe that's going to be the case. But, you know, when you go back and it's not there and reality sets in, well, okay, well, this is not a mistake. This was stolen, you know. Hey, Lady C, Crazy Life Adventures, how you doing? Sherry, it's required here, anchoring into the ground. There you go. Oh, boy. Yeah, so there it is. I just wanted to share with you exactly how things were going. On a mission tomorrow or the day after, depends on how things go, because I do have my doctor visits and I do want to help my friend Omar out. And, I want to help some people with the cleanup. I might share some of my mission. I don't know. Like, I'll talk to Omar. We'll see. Maybe we'll share some of that. I don't know. I can't speak for. I can speak for myself, but if we're both doing this, we'll play it by ear. Because the main focus is to help these people out. It's not worried about, well, what can I record on video? No, it's about helping them out. But then I do want to spread awareness and share that to inspire people to help other people out. They see, monkey do, pay it forward. I'm hoping that these things are going to help. So, wishful thinking, right? So let me know your opinions on that. What did Omar do about it? About what now? Well, I'll let you know exactly what's going to happen in a day or two. If you're a member of this channel, you'll see some of the content I recorded very recently that I just did not want to share publicly, because some things I feel like are just too personal, and it's best to not put it out there to the entire world, even though everyone here subscribed deserves to see content from me. But there's people who are paying in a membership area to have specific exclusive content. So I don't want to be a disservice to those who are paying for that option to see content that normally doesn't get posted publicly, or early release videos. Because if I do to share members area content with the world, then members area would be of no value to anybody, because then there would be no reason for it. So the members area is a way for me to share things that I'm not comfortable sharing publicly. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to some of my mission, it's probably easier to share some of that because I'm trying to protect the privacy of a lot of people. And so there's some things where, it's kind of a smaller group. And there's just some things that I'm just more comfortable with when I don't share with certain people who are just watching my content for the wrong reasons, who are watching my content to harass me or stalk me. And I'm talking about this specific woman who has been obsessed with me. She's too cheap to have a membership area. That I already figured out. I also feel like for scammers, for con artists, for people who are just wanting to know everything about my life, if I go in a members area, I don't even think they even understand what that is. They're so stupid because they're so wrapped up in trying to scam people. But it's also about creating the value for members area. So I have to leave something that has extra value for the members. So if I put it all in the public videos, then what's left for the members to have that exclusivity, that exclusive kind of content that, you as a member, you signed up for, and you're paying that monthly, membership fee for. It's like, why would I give away all that publicly when you're paying for that? It wouldn't be fair. It'd be like buying a recipe on, like paying for a recipe on Amazon, an ebook, an ebook, recipe ebook, and then you go publicly share it to everybody for free. It's kind of the same thing. It's nothing different. You paid for that recipe. They sold it to you, and it's not meant to be shared with the world. It's only meant to be shared with people who have paid for it. You know what I mean? So that's the same way with members. That's how members area works. If I share something in the members area, it would be unfair for the members if I were to be sharing it with everybody, because then they're not getting the value of it. So if you're subscribed and you're not a member, please don't take it personally if there's some content that I have exclusive just for members, because Members are paying for that. It's an option that they have. It's a membership option. It's a feature. It's a perk. It's a perk that's there. In members area videos, it's a place that it's a smaller, tighter community, and it does help support the YouTube channel because the YouTube algorithm somehow values the members area. It puts it on a bigger scale because they say if YouTube's algorithm looks at a membership as a big engagement, because when there's a member, YouTube thinks, wow, this YouTube content must be very valuable, that somebody's willing to pay to have exclusive content and early access. So what YouTube does is it looks at that and figures that into its algorithm, and then it starts to favor your channel more and more. So as the members area builds, YouTube starts to push more videos and more videos, and the channel grows. So not only does the membership area support the channel financially, but the membership area also supports the YouTube's algorithm and helps the engagement, which helps things work better. Sherry Kell, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. See, even super chats, that's another thing. The YouTube engagement. The YouTube's algorithm looks at super chats as a person is highly invested in the content, that it's interesting enough that they're willing to send a super chat. And when YouTube sees that, YouTube's algorithm saying, well, this content is worthy enough of super chats, these engagements. And when it's detecting that, it's now putting that content on a higher scale of priority. It's kind of prioritizing. The algorithm says, okay, this YouTube content is being liked more by people because now they're willing to send super chats. So when this happens, this is another uptick in the YouTube algorithm. So another advantage that helps grow the channel. So memberships and super chats both help grow the channel. So at this point, it's not about the financial side of it. It's about also looking at the YouTube algorithm, how it's looking at the value of the content. It's saying if people are willing to pay for memberships, if people are willing to send super chats, then the content must be desirable enough. It must be good enough. It must mean something. And it's not something that people are clicking away from. It's not something that's just crowding the YouTube platform. Like, there's so much spam out there. There's so much garbage out there. There's so much repetitive content. There's so much stuff out there that YouTube has to filter through. And so with all that, YouTube's algorithm tries to detect the actual real content from all the spam and all the repetitive stuff. And when it sees that there is a value coming from that content, then it will start to push the videos out. So when that happens, my uploads reach out to more people. And if my uploads start to reach out to more people, then it's a domino effect. And it also helps if I'm doing these videos of sharing videos of me helping people during these times with these hurricanes. Also helps spread awareness and helps promote that kind of behavior where people will be inspired to help other people. YouTube is a great platform, and you guys are here. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about it. I noticed that people are leaving because I'm talking about this damn shit. Actually, I gotta go, but you guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. I've already babbled and rambled on so long. I feel like I just wasted my time and your time. Maybe I didn't waste your time. Maybe you found some value in this. I mean, it seems like, there's some value here, but sometimes I just get caught up in something. I start rambling about the same shit, and I got to just shut myself up. I got to say, Bobby, shut the hell up. Just stop with the rambling. It just goes on and on and on. It's like a never-ending story. It's like, when is this guy going to just shut his mouth? Like, yeah, I get to the point where I have to tell myself to shut up because I just go on and on and on. But I need to get my sleep because I have a lot going on, and it's It's almost 12 o'clock. This is ridiculous. Why am I up? I need to have my blue blockers on. I need to take my freaking, not medication, supplements, magnesium. That's what I got to take. So I need to like unwind now. I'm also wound up. I think what happened is I read a comment and I think I kind of got all wound up over it. I think I just got all, it hit me the wrong way. And I'm like, people got to understand, even if it's just one person. I normally just let it go. But because this is a mission that means a lot to me, because I know that people need help and that I'm contributing in a positive way that makes me feel good as a person. And if I see someone twisting that around, and trying to make it to where I'm just trying to get attention and just uploading on YouTube for acknowledgement, I'm like, they don't know me. They're judging whatever it is based on a blank slate, or maybe they're biased. Maybe they think I'm the person that they see when I'm screaming and yelling and cursing at ghosts and I'm angry, and they only see that side of me and they never get to really see the real side of me. The happy side, the genuine side, the caring side, the side that my friends know about, the side that, people see that are drawn to me. That's how come I have good friends in my life, because they see that side of me. I'm an embarrassment when it comes to the ghost content. I feel like I'm an embarrassment to my own self, really. This whole mission is not embarrassing. It's heartbreaking. It's a lot of emotions, because I feel there's hope. I feel there's humanity. I feel there's people getting together. I feel there's people that care about each other. There's people that are willing to help other people. There's people that are accepting of help. There's people who they're smiling and laughing during a time of devastation, because they're together and they're happy to be alive, and they know that what they have lost is something that could be replaced, and they know they've taken on some losses that are things that cannot be replaced, but they've come to terms with it, and they're just grateful to be alive and grateful to have people in the community that are willing to help them through these times. So people, they find a way to cope with it. And so I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this transition in energy. I'm seeing this negative energy transferring into positive energy. I'm seeing the hope. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm seeing change as the days go by. Every day that I am back on the mission, every day that I'm, putting in my whole day's worth of work, I'm seeing the results, and I'm seeing the changes of attitude, the changes of people's moods. I'm seeing so many things. I do see some people that are impatient as well. There's people that expect everything to be done fast. There's people that have this, there are some people that have this sense of entitlement. Everybody's different, but for the most part, most of the people are very thankful and they're appreciative of everything, and they're not in a hurry to push people past their limits. They're just accepting of whatever help they can get, and they're thankful for it, and they're not pushy, but some people are pushy, and it's almost like you're their servant, and they want this done, they want that done, they want it done now, they want this, and they're like, yeah, well, I'm just one person, and I got help with these two people now, and we can only do so much, but we're here to help. We try our best. It's fantastic. You help others. Absolutely an emotional time. I'm telling you, it is absolutely an emotional time. There was times where I was home, and I'm like, I got to stop. I'm giving up. I can't do this no more. I can't handle this. It's heartbreaking. I can't do this. But then I get up in the morning, and I'm like, I got to do this. I got to. I can't stop now. People need, it's not like they just need me, they need everybody. But I'm part of the puzzle. Like, I'm part of the project, I'm part of the mission. So people need everybody to be together. They need everybody to work together. And if I am not there, that's one person less. So when people work together as a team, it's more effective, So I just don't want to let anybody down. I don't want to disappoint anybody. It's a lot of pressure. It is, because I feel like once I got so far into it, I feel like I would let somebody down if I just, because there was times like, well, I need to put hours into my job. I need to find a way to make some money. I need to do this. I need to make back money that I spent doing this or doing that, or I lost money because of that. I need to work. And then I'm here like basically putting work on the back burner, putting my last source of income, that's pretty much falling apart, like putting it aside to have the time to do these missions. And so I'm like, kind of like conflicted. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm fighting with these emotions. It's like, well, I just can continue on until I bleed myself dry financially, and to the point where I can't do it anymore. And, I took a big hit when that generator got stolen, but am I giving up? No, I'm not giving up. No, I just keep going. And when I help people, I don't ask for nothing. I don't ask for handouts. I don't ask for anything. And I definitely don't expect it here. I don't want any handouts from here. When I do a video, I'm going to maybe add a charitable donation that goes to help the hurricane relief project, but not my specific project, but a project that is established by a large community. That way, your money's going to a charity and there's no middleman. Because, I'm not asking for people to reimburse me for helping them, but I also want to be able to help a community financially by maybe connecting with a charity and then linking to that charity in my video so that it goes to these charities directly with, and I have no part of that other than just promoting them, So I may do that in my next video to help with that, because I've pretty much been financing my own, mission here. And I had a friend of mine who's also put money into it, so she's financing it, I'm financing it. I got people putting their labor into it, and things are getting done. It's just a process. And I have these doctor's visits all week, so on and off every other day, just doing this and that with the testing, and it's got to get done. But I'm squeezing in everything else the best I can. Only one person. But I got to go because I'm rambling on and I'm watching people leave. I never give up. There you go. I will never give up. I'm like the Terminator. I'm just going to keep going, like not giving up. That's probably why I was the Terminator for Halloween, the party, It's kind of maybe that's my alter ego, being a Terminator, It's like this. People said I looked like the Terminator in my costume, right? But then when I took off my jacket, they also said, not only do you look like him with the costume on, and the jacket and sunglasses and the facial expressions and the makeup, I says, well, you kind of have that build like him too. You're muscular. I was like, so, I was always inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger, always inspired by him. And he kind of guided me into working out, like just his presence, seeing, his motivation. It driven me to work out and do weightlifting and stay as healthy as I can. And there's other people that inspire me as far as organic, healthy foods. And that's another thing. Like the cost of the foods that I eat is expensive because I just prefer organic foods. And that's mainly what I get when I'm able to afford it. But it's tight right now. But I have a very specific diet. And it's with my supplementations that I take and the foods that I'm eating, it's quite expensive. And I got to the point where that's just how I have been sustaining my health, is going down that road of organic, wholesome foods in supplementations that's third party tested and trusted, so it's a lot, to maintain. Thanks for trying to do what you can. I'm doing what I can, and I'm just thankful for the community that's with me, that's working together to see the people helpful with each other. That's what makes things go around. When people get together, it's a team. I'm just part of the team. I'm not like a one-man show, making miracles happen for everybody. I'm part of a team. I'm part of this whole mission. Even if I've created a mission and started helping by myself in the beginning, I was helping people who were also being helped by other people. So I was just kind of adding myself into a team of other people helping each other. And I was just hopping around and going where I was needed. So it wasn't like I'm some superhero with a cape, going to Florida to save the day. I was just going in there to be part of a team, to be part of what other people were doing, to just help complete those tasks of getting things back in order, getting things fixed, getting things moved around, getting things cleaned up. That's all it was. It was just me going there to just do my part. I'm not like some god trying, some people may take things the wrong way, like, oh, I'm not owning the whole thing. I do what I can as one person with just appreciating the help of other people who are able to help me help. So that's how it is. I got to get out of here. Time is ticking away. And once midnight happens, I'm going to shrivel up into, I don't know, a raisin or something. Something's going to happen. I know something happens. What is it that happens at midnight? If you don't do this or that, something's going to happen. I got to get the hell out of here. Just showing gratitude, appreciation for all involved. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being in this live stream. My recent video was a flop, so if you can show that video some love, if you haven't watched it already, go check it out. I uploaded a video of cooking food for the families and contractors and people that were helping. There were contractors that were volunteering their time. They weren't even charging to do things. And there were some that were actually there to make money, but majority of people there were teaming up together, volunteering. So I made food for them, for the people that were involved. So if you want to watch that video, it's the previous video. It's the one that I uploaded last Tuesday. So 6 days ago. I uploaded it 6 days ago. I feel like that video just did not get enough love. It did not reach out enough. It got lost somewhere in the YouTube limbo. It's heartbreaking because, I was expecting to be, at least 50,000 views. And so that would be 50,000 people that would be reached to possibly spread awareness. 50,000 people's hearts touched. 50,000 people's maybe lives changed because maybe they go and volunteer to help somebody and then they can see how their help is needed during these times. So seeing that video only reached out to 3,000 people means that there's like 47,000 people. Right, that other video got like almost 60,000. So maybe even 55,000 people that could have that opportunity to see what a hurricane relief mission is about on a more personal level. Instead of it being commercialized by the media and being so, I don't know, I feel like the media just doesn't have their heart in it like people who are just sharing their lives on YouTube. You get to see a more personal side of it without it being tainted by the media. And, there's fake news out there kind of thing. Not all the news is real and the news is out there. Just think about what their reasons are. you know, you get to get a more specific look at what's happening. But everybody take care, be safe out there. And I'll be uploading another video. If you're a member, check again soon for a members area video in the next day or so, because I'm going on a mission and I'm going to be with a good friend of mine, and there's going to be some content that's going to be just members only. Like I said, there's going to be a transition where I'm going to be putting a lot of the paranormal videos that I have recorded in this house. If they're not getting any views now, I'm just going to move them over to the members area, get that weight off my shoulders so that I don't feel judged for that kind of content or possibly lose friendships over it, because maybe they might think I'm crazy. And they was, oh, I thought you were this person, but now I see you got a haunted house and you're screaming and cursing at ghosts. Maybe I was wrong about you. You know, that's what I'm fearing that could happen in some of my relationships, my friendships, like that this whole paranormal stuff can ruin it. And so if I just get away from this whole haunted house thing, that I can sleep better at night knowing that I'm not going to lose friendships. When you live alone, you value your friendships even more, you know, because it's like, it's so precious. You know, you have these friends, and then you feel guilty when you're not sharing that you have YouTube. And I want to be able to share that I have a YouTube channel with my friends. The only friends that know about my YouTube channel are my friends who make YouTube videos. If I didn't have this whole haunted house thing, I wouldn't be embarrassed. And should I be embarrassed? I don't know. I just feel like I would be, because my friends would like not understand it. They'd be like, why are you making this? Why are you making the videos like that? Why are you doing this? Like, but if they see me on a mission helping people with hurricane relief, they'll be like, I feel like they would be okay with that. I feel like they would understand, because they would see the side of me that they see now. They see that side of me now. They don't see the side of me if I'm yelling F-bombs at the walls and got a spirit box app going on my phone and recording glasses flying and furniture flying and weird stuff happening. Like, they're going to think I've gone crazy. And then me trying to explain, well, you know, it's YouTube, and people in the paranormal community want this paranormal stuff. And, you know, I lived in a house that was haunted, and I came here and things were happening. And so I just drew attention to it, and it just escalated, and this is where we are. And they're going to be like, I'm not going to your house no more. And they're going to be like, I don't know who you are anymore. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to get rid of the whole paranormal in my house. Like I said, in my house. I already said all this. Why am I even saying it again? I got to go. You guys stay safe out there. I see the video of Bobby getting, yes, it was a difficult time trying to get those eggs. Like, a lot of the public stores like have limited supplies, and they were like, oh, sorry, we're run out. Like, I finally found one that had a delivery, so that was good, but I was going to Target to get a lot of them. But I got what I needed, and I had leftovers because not as many people showed up as I was anticipating. So, you know, didn't work out as I thought, but at least people ate. There were some people who couldn't have eggs, so they only had oatmeal, but that's how it went. But that's going to be it. You know, I'm going to end this live stream. But I love your ghost videos, though. Yeah, I know. You know, a lot of people like those. Like, I'm not giving up on the paranormal videos. I don't feel it's an embarrassment if I go explore a historical place that's been, you know, that's been publicized as a haunted place. If I'm going somewhere and I record something, and if anything happens, it happens. But if I am not home and I'm out and I happen to go to some haunted place, I don't feel like that would be embarrassing or something that I would have to like keep from my friends who don't understand why I, you know, make ghost videos. I feel like that wouldn't be a problem. But, you know, when you start making a big deal about your house being haunted while living in the community, people are not going to like that, I don't think, in the neighborhood. People are not going to like it. I don't think they're going to like it. I think they're going to think I got a screw loose. Because they're going to feel like, there's no way your house is haunted. You're delusional. And if they think I'm making it up as a script, because they could possibly think that, right? Then they'd be like, well, why are you going out of the way to do all this? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing with your life? Is this what it comes to? Like, I don't know how people perceive that. You know, it could be perceived in so many different ways. You know, so it's like, is it worth ruining relationships by continuing down an emotionally destroying kind of path? As I said before, this whole paranormal in my home is eating at me mentally. And a lot of it had to do with how I felt like I was going to lose respect from people because of it. But that's enough of that. I just want to be able to record and share with you my life with no pressure. With no pressure having to satisfy any specific kind of paranormal niche. Without any of the pressures, just upload bits and pieces of my life, share it on YouTube. No pressure. No pressure. I got enough pressure in my life. I want YouTube to be enjoyable. I don't want it to be a burden. I don't want it to be a hindrance in my life. I don't want it to be something that's going to take away from the quality of my life. I just want YouTube to be enjoyable. That's the only reason why I should have YouTube, right? Is to do something that I enjoy and share with the world and connect with people. Not do something that I don't enjoy doing just to favor the YouTube algorithm. And having these one-time wonders, it makes me wonder why I'm having these one-time wonders. Like I said, if you saw that video prior to the other one, it almost got 60,000 views on it. Was it because my friend Omar was in it? Was it because it was just in the heat of the hurricane, you know, because it was at that right time? Maybe people were searching hurricanes and found my video, and maybe some people found some value in it and shared it, and maybe it helped some people out, maybe inspired some people. So could it have been because of the topic and the timing? Or is it because of my friend Omar in there? I have no idea what it was. No idea why that video did so well and why the most recent video was a flop. I know if you look at it that way, if you go to a job, right, and say you signed up for a job and you started making $1,000, maybe you're making $2,000 a week, right? It's a good job, you know, not too bad, $2,000 a week, right? And then you work there for a month, and then all of a sudden, next week, you only get $1,000 a week. Or make it even more comparable to this situation, you get $100 a week. But yet you did the same amount of work. You did the same amount of work. You did nothing different, but you got paid a lot less. Same thing with this whole YouTube thing. I put as much effort into the most recent video as I did in the previous video, but the most recent video, it failed. And it was a disappointment for me. Not many new YouTube content creators will admit to that. They might not say anything about it, but I'm being transparent and I'm just being honest with you, and I'm just saying how I feel about it. I feel disappointed, and I feel like it could have done much better. So it's a discouragement. It really is. It's like, I'm like, well, why am I even bothering? Why am I even putting the energy into this if this is the direction it's going? Whatever I provided in that previous video that did well, was that one element in there that I have no control over? The reason why that video did so well? And how am I going to repeat that in every single video if I'm just me? And I'm thinking, is it because Omar was in there, or was it because it was just the timing of it? It was just people were just curious about what was going on with Hurricane Milton at that time. And so people were just looking it up and finding it. But then when I checked the algorithm, the analytics, it wasn't, the video was being suggested on the YouTube homepage, but it wasn't really being searched. So then I have no idea why it did well. And it's kind of like one of those things, you want to know what caused it to do well. So you're trying to repeat that. You want to be able to repeat it because we're trying to go in a forward direction, not backwards. I feel like I'm going backwards right now and not forwards. It's a lot of pressure. But I got a mission coming up again, but I also got doctor visits, so I'll keep you informed of what's happening. It's unfortunate that, these things happen and the timing is not the best, but I got to get out of here. I got to get to bed. I got to unwind. I haven't even unwound yet. I can't keep going. I have a lot going on, but I just wanted to share with you what was happening, what my mission's about, and what exactly happened with the generator, because it was stressing me out. And I wanted to get it off my chest and also spread awareness. Maybe that'll help people be more cautious. If you're out on a hurricane mission, if you're doing a hurricane relief mission and you're helping people out and you're bringing tools on the location and you have a generator, whatever you have, be extra careful. Be extra careful so you don't end up in the same situation. Thing is, everybody seems so positive, and I started to feel like, okay, everybody's working together. I didn't seem sketched out about anybody. Nobody seemed like they were being up to no good. Everybody seemed like down-to-earth, genuine family people. I felt like we were in a good spot. Nobody was going to be doing anything deceitful or stealing anything, so I never thought about it. I mean, in the back of my head, yeah, I always lock my Tesla. Anything small and valuable, I keep out of sight. I just never thought somebody was going to steal a generator, which, it's about 60 pounds. It's not like something you could stick in your pocket. I don't know. But that's going to be it in this live stream. You guys are amazing. JC, let's see, we got Denise out here, JC Worlds. I knew it was her and the smell in the air. I told her everything. Oh, boy. And good night. It was a flop because you didn't show anyone else on that video that you helped serving food. I know you respected their privacy, but us viewers like to see the personal reactions. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. That's the thing. It's just that I was so into doing the meal and cooking. I couldn't hold the camera and do the eggs at the same time. I really couldn't. I tried to, but I held the camera, did the eggs. I'm like, okay, I need to put the camera down so I could be more productive because I'm like limiting myself. And when I was just in that mode of helping people and preparing the foods and just doing the eggs and everything, recording content wasn't coming across my mind. It was helping those people out. It was doing what I was there to do. And so YouTube content was an afterthought. It was like, okay, well, I'm just going to record. Here I am. This is what I'm doing at this moment. And then I will stop and do this. Recording people's reactions would be nice. But I didn't want to seem disingenuous by turning the camera into people's faces and then having to ask their permission to whether or not I can use it on YouTube. Because then I feel like I have to explain a lot. But if I have the camera faced at me and I'm talking to it, a lot of people now people are FaceTiming or people are sending video messages through, when you send a text message. So, it may be reasonable to believe, when you see somebody with a phone and they're talking to it and it's in their own face and they're doing something, that maybe they're talking to a family member, maybe they're video chatting with a friend, maybe they're documenting something for themselves, whatever it is, it's something personal for them. Maybe they're in a communication with somebody. But when you turn the camera around and you're like, all of a sudden now the person is in focus and now you got the camera in someone's face, Now the whole thing changes because now people say, well, why are you recording me? I thought you were just maybe talking to a friend or maybe Skype, whatever, chatting with somebody or just recording yourself. And now you got the camera in my face, And so I don't want to be in that situation where I'm taken the wrong way or people seem it's disingenuous. Oh, well, was your whole mission to record us? You just make all that food and you're making YouTube videos and that's what you're doing. So that's what it's about. And see, if I recorded everything and recorded their reactions and had to get their permission and made it obvious that I was recording everything, then I feel like now people might take my I guess generous heart the wrong way. And now they'll think that there's a motive behind this whole thing, that my whole reason to be there is for content instead of being there for the reasons that I was there for, which was to help people. So it's one of those tricky situations. Like you could be perceived a certain way and you don't want to come off that way. So as a YouTube content creator, I don't rub that in people's faces. I try to keep that on the low down. And I know there's people out there that they'll record everything. They'll be up in people's faces with the camera. Maybe their whole mission is about YouTube content creation and maybe their YouTube videos support their mission because they're making revenue. I don't make enough money on YouTube to make YouTube support a mission like this. So making YouTube content with expectations for that to fund these missions is out of reality at this time in my YouTube, I don't know if you want to call it existence. YouTube would have to do much better than that. So I don't want to exploit anybody. I don't want to exploit their likes, their faces, anything about it, because their reactions may be heartwarming to see them happy, but they're there because they've been through a devastating situation. So their conversations that they're having could be personal. Their situations, they may not feel comfortable with being in the video. Plus, there were kids there as well, in addition to with the families. And so that's just a whole other thing, privacy issues. And it was best not to share it. So some people may have wanted to see all of that, but I did try to make those expectations reasonable. Like we're not going to be sharing people's faces, because my other video, I didn't share anybody's faces either, but that did very good, almost 60,000 views. The only face that was in there was mine and Omar's, and I think that's it. What happened? That's what I don't understand. So that's kind of what happened. Bobby, you are a good person, comfortable sharing thank you so much, Eggsy. I remember you rest, we don't want, I got to definitely get my rest. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, absolutely. That's kind of the situation that I've been in. It's unfortunate that these things happen. But I go there with a purpose, and that's just to help people. And I'm just not thinking about YouTube content. It's like the last thing in my head. When I'm driving, I'm like, okay, it's a long drive. I'm going to record some stuff, talk about what I'm doing, talk about what's being seen in the camera as I'm driving. Kind of helps me pass a little time, gets my mind off of the anxiety that I'm dealing with, anticipating when I meet up with people. Even though I've been helping people, I still get that anxiety on my way there, just because not knowing what I'm going to be walking into and how much stuff was done in my absence or what's needed to be done or what kind of drama is going to unfold. Because I'm telling you, it's not all smooth sailing. There are things that happen that there's times where ambulances had to be called. There was times where I had to administer first aid, almost had to do CPR. There was times where there were fights, where there were aggression, there was anger, there was violence. There were things that it's not all peaches and cream. Yeah, people were nice, people were kind, but there were certain circumstances in some of these locations that I went to where people had fights, people were getting angry. Somebody was soliciting something and somebody got pushed off the property. Somebody was soliciting, I don't know what it was, if it was repairs or something to do with, like, people were calling these other people vultures because they were going around their houses trying to sell them some kind of service to help them with their damaged house. And so people they started getting aggravated by some of these people. And I saw like people getting aggressive. I'm like, well, yeah, you got some people out there trying to make money. And yeah, they're like vultures. They're trying to scam people's insurance companies and everything. People will get crazy. So yeah, there was some disagreement. It's not all peaches and cream. Can you go live when you're driving so you can chat with us? Yeah, but see, live, I wouldn't be able to engage with you. I wouldn't be able to read your chats because I have to be driving. And when I get into Florida, they're very strict about mobile devices being used while you're driving. It's a very serious traffic infraction. And it's also a safety issue. So when I have my camera recording when I'm driving down the road, I'm just talking to it. I'm just speaking as if I'm just talking to myself, but I'm talking to you. I'm not worried about trying to get a connection to a cell tower and worrying about whether or not I'm still connected to a tower to stream, or seeing if it's still live, or anything like that. So I wish I could. It's easier to maybe go live once I get to where I'm going. But at that time, it's like I don't have time to go live because I'm in help mode. Now I'm going to the houses, carrying tools, carrying what I need, doing what I got to do, and my phone's in my pocket because I got to have free hands. Got to have my left hand on my right hand and my 2 feet, and I cannot be distracted. That's kind of what happens. So yeah, I wish I could live stream. Now, if I had another person in the car with me, they can do the live streaming for me and manage it, read the comments, read them to me while I'm driving, and I can respond to them while, read it back. If I had someone in the vehicle with me, very doable, very, very doable. When I'm driving by myself, not doable. When I was getting help, they were driving their own vehicles. They're not riding with me in my Tesla. So yeah. If somebody drives with me, yeah, then they can help me. Then I could do a live stream. They could do the stream for me. But yeah, even if it's hands free, the thing is, doing a live stream, it's like you gotta keep an eye on it to make sure that you're still connected. Because if you're not connected, then you're just talking for nothing. Talking to a stream that's already done. So it's just much easier to do it that way. Plus, if I'm driving somewhere for privacy reasons, for a stream, I cannot edit out mailboxes. I cannot edit out people's house numbers. So if I'm going through a community and I'm almost there and I'm live streaming, there's no opportunity for me to protect their privacy, because then live streaming it is like, okay, well, the live streaming is not going to blur out somebody's first and last name on their mailbox, or their mailbox number, or their street name. So now there's no way I can do that in real time. So it has its benefits and its downfalls, Better be safe than sorry. Absolutely. Need to be safe. Absolutely. Yeah, I like to keep my eyes on the road and my mind on the road as much as possible. I got to do it. There are predator house flippers out there. Yes, that's another thing. Some people were making offers. I believe whatever they were doing, people were getting very pissed off. And so there were some situations where I saw fights happening. I saw people getting shoved off the property. I saw people coming out with, I'm not even going to say it, Second Amendment explains it all. So not everything is peaches and cream. But the majority of it was heartwarming, people getting together, being positive, helping each other out. Very great community. It's just, I was in several communities, and each one has its own uniqueness to it. It really does. It's amazing. But the people, even though it may be a different community, there are people that are just the same when it comes to getting together and helping each other out. Although the ratio may be different in each community, some people just have this expectations that are kind of out of line with reality. It's just so many differences. Okay, my battery's dying, so that's another reason why I have to go. Besides, I got to get ready for tonight. I got to go to bed. Sorry about you getting robbed. Thank you so much, Angelo. Yeah, it sucks, but I'll figure out a way to make money to put back into my crypto. I'm going to try to do some side hustles. I don't know. I was baking some healthy stuff, so maybe I can start selling some healthy vegan bites to some of my neighbors in the community. I started making some, which I made a bunch of them, homemade right here. I got a bunch. I mean, look, more of them. Healthy, vegan, gluten-free vegan bites. Look, even more. Look at all that. Healthy, vegan-free bites. It's a hit in my neighborhood. Everybody's loving them. They want me to make more. And I even got more in the fridge here. I got more here. Got another bag here. Oh, I even got another bag here. Well, look at all these. And those right there. Oh, man. So yeah, like this is like beginning to be a side hustle, Neighbors are like demanding my healthy vegan bites. They want them. They want more. I'm like the vegan pusher of the neighborhood, the vegan bites pusher. I'm the guy to go to get the vegan bites. You know what I mean? I got to do something to make some money. I was doing it just I like to, help people out. And I was, kind of helping people's lives by, like, when I was going to help these people out in Florida last week, I made some vegan bites, brought them with me. It's like here, was giving some snacks away to people and people that were helping out. And then I gave some to my friends in the neighborhood, and they enjoyed them. And then they said, man, those are good. Can I have the recipe? I want to get some. Can I get some from you? And I said, I'll make some more. And then they said, well, if you make some, I'll buy some from you. Buy some. I'm like, oh. So now the word is spread. It's crazy. Now I'm like the guy, and it's almost like I don't even know how to compare it without YouTube getting a little mad at me. But yeah, I'm the guy to go to for the goods, for the baked goods. And the guy in the neighborhood for the baked goods. Oh my God. It make me, there you go. I was about to say you're going to be walking around in a long coat saying I got what you need. Yeah, to come out with the vegan bites out of my pockets, got what you need. And then the police come up and say, you're busted. And I go, what, busted for what? They check my pocket and say, well, what do you got here? What's all these vegan bites? They start laughing. That could be a situation, right? Be a good YouTube video. Imagine somebody calls the cop. They think there's like a deal going down, the wrong kind of deal. And they find out I'm just selling vegan bites. Yeah, they're probably like, maybe there's something in there. We're going to analyze it. The police probably would take the vegan bites and test it for marijuana. They probably test it for something, right? They probably want to see what's in there. All right, Mamma mia. But that's going to be it there. I got to get out of here. I got to go to bed. It's a long day. Long day. Ghost videos in Australia. Mamma mia. All right, but take care, everybody. Be sure to show, if you haven't seen that video, check it out, the other one. That's going to be it for now. Take care. Be safe, everybody. I got to get out. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. I got to get out of here. Good night. Good morning, whatever it may be.